at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium today after travelling to Canberra last weekend. Today, the Northstars face the Sydney Bears. The Bears last night had a loss to Canberra Brave. Coming off coming off that loss, the Sydney Bears will be looking for a win tonight, and then nipping at Newcastle's heels right in the standings there as 5th. So tonight's game is sure to be a good one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's getting really, really competitive, and you don't go into any game knowing how a team's going to play as well. And Newcastle always seem to be a place where teams always come ready to play.
Yes,
we never really have anyone turn up on a bad game. We always have teams turn up like, yeah, we're going to have a good comeback. And that's just the way it goes.
And then the first 5 minutes, you know what kind of game it's going to be, really.
Definitely.
As soon as they hit that ice.
And they've got a lot of young guys on the Bears as well.
Yeah.
So they're fit, they should be fine to play a double header. And that's what you train for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, North Stars one game this weekend. Today's home game. Bears a double header. A loss in Canberra last weekend. Yesterday, I should say. And now here in Newcastle for today's game. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, so we had Charlie starting last weekend, which was good to see him. Really good score, actually, considering how the Brave have gone this season.
Yeah.
We must have played fairly strong. It's just a shame we couldn't get more goals.
Well, before we jump into last weekend's game and today's game, let's talk about what's been happening at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium this week. There's been a huge hockey tournament. What was that, Lucy?
So it's the Tange tournament, which is the state Midgets tournament, which are, I think it's 15 to the year they turn 18-year-old boys and girls. Predominantly boys, because it's full contact. Newcastle, we have a lot of Sydney teams, we have a lot of rinks and a lot of clubs. Whereas you're looking at a lot less clubs as you go into SA and WA, just because of the amount of rinks they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And New South Wales came away with the bronze for that tournament as well, which is still an incredible achievement for New South Wales. And so when we're talking about Tange and these under 18 midgets, what kind of hockey are we talking about?
So it's full contact, so just like the AIHL, we're looking at probably, because it goes from midgets to East Coast Super League to AIHL, so a couple of steps back from the AI, but you've definitely got some real front runners. So you see a lot of kids that stand out in New South Wales make the New South Wales rep team, and they're quite prevalent on the ice. There's a lot of body, and there's a lot of size difference as well, though, because when you think of 15-year-olds to 18-year-olds, some of them really sprint. They're really tall and really heavy and big. And then you've got some smaller guys as well, but they're still really competitive, even the smaller ones.
And there were a few girls peppered in there too. I know Imogen Perry, goaltender for Queensland, was in there. Not too many other girls, if at all. I believe it was just Imogen. Yeah,
I didn't see any other. I wasn't here for all the games though, but there could have been some more. But it is a really hard league to play in as a girl. And some clubs, they're a little bit hesitant to put girls into midgets as well, just because of the full contact, and as are some parents, and some girls are afraid to play it because you can get hit quite hard and you can just have an unlucky hit and get hurt. And there's a women's league as well, which they could be playing, or the A-dub, where they train ready for the A-dub season. Imogen is
an A-dub player. She's a goaltender, so ideally, there's future AI and A-dub players in there, and actually there were AI players in there, and a couple from the Sydney Bears as well. I know that the Bears had 2 young players in there, Thomas Moncrief and Xander Wardlaw. And as well, New South Wales had a North Stars backup goalie, Ethan Speld, as well. So there are AI players in there. What do you think, these young guys, these young AIHL players get out of playing Tange?
A lot of experience. You have the more intense coaching, where you have quite. It's not so much a camp, but you have consecutive weekends with longer training sessions off ice and on ice, and there's also off ice strategy coaching usually as well, and the experience to play that next level and to possibly be captains of their team and have that leadership option and to really develop those skills and hone them ready for the possibility of playing East Coast or AIHL, which I imagine some of them may play up to East Coast. I know in Newcastle we don't have any boys that play up to East Coast with our club rules, but at other rinks I'm fairly sure that some of them do fill in. But we have a lot of people here where we don't really need players to play up too often, where it just works out well for us to have them play their own age groups.
Yeah, absolutely. And something we were discussing off camera that's really interesting is a lot of these young guys are actually, getting schooled and playing over in Canada. Yeah, talk us through that.
So a lot of players that we're seeing coming through who are younger, even our North Star youngest players like Pat Naden and Liam Manwaring have both played in Canada and have gone to school over there and played in teams. And then you look at Moncrief and Wardlaw, they've both played overseas and they've trained overseas. So it's nearly making it look like a lot of our younger talent has to really step it up a notch to be AIHL ready.
Yeah. But does that spell, a really stronger league in the future? Because they're going to Canada and going to, I believe, was it Sweden as well? A couple of players playing over in there, young, playing overseas, coming home and playing in the AI. Like, does that make for a strong league in the future?
Definitely. So I think even in the last 3 years, we've seen the league really pick up in skill level, and the expectations are much higher than they were before. There's harder hits, there's harder shots, there's faster players. You've got to keep up and you've got to be competitive, and you see local guys, even the ones who've been playing for a while, really have to step up their game and train harder and actually get better. They can't just stay the same anymore. So it's just the way it goes. But as you have more imports, you're getting more quality import players now as well, high quality, and a lot of guys who are deciding to stay. And we've got a lot of talent coming through where they may have played overseas as when they were younger, and it just is the way that it's all gone. Yeah.
Well, it's very exciting what's going to be coming up through into the AIHL in the future.
They've got to start pushing them through though. The hard thing is you really, because it's such a different league to play, you've got to get those kids ready. You've got to get them training with the AI players, playing East Coast Super League. So they're ready to make that big step, which is to AIHL. Like even when you look at Tyrell Clare and Xander and Moncrief, they must have been training with the AI boys for quite a while before they were ready to play those games. So it's just about getting them in there and really seeing what they can do.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, that wraps up Tange tournament. Like I said, there is footage of the games up on Facebook. We suggest, go and check it out and see what these kids are doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we have a big North Stars live show for you today. We have interviews with Shane the Jester Southwood, Captain Bert Malloy and Dave Ferrari. We'll also cross to the commentary booth later and have a chat with Peter Lambert. But let's dive into today's game, and we'll go with our first interview with Jester. So Shane is a scratch for tonight's game. He's actually been at Perisher this weekend hitting the snow, which is interesting simply because, as in his interview says, is one of his favourite non-hockey activities to do, which you'll see. So here's that interview. Ellie here from the Newcastle Northstars, and I'm joined by Shane Jester Southwood, and he is going to answer some questions while he does some juggling for us because he is the Jester. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, if you drop it, you just got to pick it up and keep going.
No,
okay, ready, let's go. Pump up song of choice.
Pump up song, EDM stuff like Diplo, maybe some Vulture Fire.
Yep, okay, beautiful. Any superstitions?
Not really, just timing of when I eat. So I like to eat, not be too hungry or too full.
Okay. And how did you get your nickname, Jester?
Well, you're looking at it.
That's a good answer. Why juggling?
It's probably one of the easiest of the circus skills to pick up, so I was kind of drawn to that.
Is this your party trick?
Yeah.
What is the weirdest thing you've juggled?
Fruit is normally the biggest thing that's on hand when people ask.
Fair enough. What do you like to do when you're not playing hockey?
Go to the gym, surf a little bit, swim. I mean, anything outdoors, camping's pretty fun.
You're a pretty active guy.
Yeah, I try to be.
Who is the funniest on the team?
We got a pretty comedic locker room this year, but once you once you get shooter going, it's pretty hard. Everyone starts to kind of rattle off him. So.
I feel like I'm going to puck to the face in it. Who has the best playlist?
Ooh. Actually, Bert's had a couple good ones lately. So,
shout out to Bert.
Again.
What is something that everyone looks stupid doing?
Probably trying this for the first time.
If animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
I think dolphins. I think they're pretty smart and they probably get a bit of an attitude.
Bit of cheeky.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, and final question. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone's home?
Anyone who puts tomato sauce in the fridge, I'm not into it, so that's gonna be
Beautiful, and I love how you didn't drop a part. Good work, yes. Well, that was Shane Southwood showing off some of his mad skills off the ice.
I was so impressed he did not drop a puck when I was talking to him.
They wouldn't be easy to juggle either. Like,
No.
they're heavy, they're awkward shaped, they kind of do their own thing most of the time. That's impressive.
One of the things I did ask him was how many pucks he thought he could juggle, and he said, I can juggle quite a few, but if you're going to ask me questions, I'll stick with 3. So, yeah. But, yeah, I asked him, to do this, and he's like, okay, have we got any balls? I was like, well, I thought you'd bring them. And he's like, I can do pucks. I was like, no worries.
Otherwise, you'd have been looking around the ring for things that could be juggled.
Yeah, could have thrown some weird stuff in there, like a skate. That would have been horrible. I don't know why I thought that. But yeah, let's dive into today's game, Lucy. So yeah, we do have the Bears here in town, and I think they're about to hit the ice. They've just hit the ice. Bears in town against the Northstars. So the Northstars are coming off a loss to Canberra Brave, who are well up the top of the ladder there. The Northstars have slipped down to 4th, and right at the heels, 2 points difference, is the Bears. So Bears last night coming off a loss in Canberra with a loss, a 7-2 loss, I believe. So they're going to be really hungry for a win and to overtake the Northstars in the ladder. So let's dive in. What are you thinking?
Well, I feel like Newcastle will just have to play really hard.
Yep.
We've had times where we've really picked it up in the third and we've hit it into motion and we've played really well, but then other times we've given the other teams a little bit too much space, a little bit too much time. We saw it when the ice came out ready for a win and they got one, which you wouldn't have expected. They did play very well and it was a very well-deserved win. But I think it's really about Newcastle stepping up their game, and I really hope they have, because it seems hard to channel that real hunger.
Yeah.
You see it come out at times, but we need it all the time. It's nearly finals. Bears are competitive, they're fast, they've got good shots. They're coming off a loss, so they want to win, as you said.
Yep.
And we're going to have to play hard, and the Bears aren't going to give us any space.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight for the North Stars, Jason Chalker, Thomas Lander, Tim Stanger and Shane Southwood is out. But big, huge addition is Zane Jones, who's been out for 5 weeks with an upper body injury, is in tonight.
I know, I'm so happy to have him back.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I've got a Zane button. We have new buttons, guys. Not to plug our merchandise, but Zane button. So, yeah, ready for his return.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what do you think in terms of, boosting the team, being a present out on the ice? Like, what do you think that's going to do for the North Stars?
He brings a lot of life onto the ice, and he also has a really, really strong shot.
Yeah,
and we see our other guys picking up where he's kind of left gaps, and they're trying to fill those gaps. But to have everyone playing at their best, and I feel like most players are at their peak of the season right about now, and they're playing to their best potential most of the time, we're going to see hopefully some really good gels. But we've had the same lines for quite a few weeks, so hopefully having a couple of little changes, fitting Zane back in, won't mess things up too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have for the North Stars, it's 9 games left this regular season, including tonight's game. So there's going to be a real fight, I think, for points coming into the end of this season. 9 games to get max points to make sure you're in that top 4, because it's only 4 that goes to the finals. And if you didn't know, finals are in Melbourne. This season again. The weekend is on September 1 and 2. So if you think your team's looking likely to get into the finals, I'd suggest looking
along.
Or just go along. Because it is a great weekend.
Yeah.
Like, you got the top 4 teams battling out. Like, it's excellent hockey. But so we're battling for that top 4 spot, and so is the Bears, and they haven't been in the finals in I think since the last time they won the Goodall Cup.
Yeah, this is a really competitive season, and probably the most even season we've had in a long time, except for Canberra really shooting ahead. We've had a lot of really competitive players, and everyone's out there to push hard and to win.
Absolutely.
There's no one cutting back. There's no teams that are really being left behind. Melbourne Ice have had a slightly weaker team than other years, but
they've shown they're still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
They've
and
beaten
that's
us.
just a cycle that all clubs go through, where you have we have players that get older, you introduce younger players, you may not get all the imports you want, you have coaching staff phasing in and out.
Yep.
It's just a process that you go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming off, today's game, let's look at your chat with Dave Ferrari.
Yes.
So, you caught up with Dave earlier in this week because he's been picked as a assistant coach for one of the Australian teams, under 20 men's. Is that right?
So they're playing in Iceland next year.
January,
yeah. So he'll be the assistant coach. We chat about what his strengths are as a coach and what he's really excited about, and how it kind of affects him as a player, and it all kind of works together.
Beautiful. Well, let's go to that interview with Dave.
Hi, Lucy Bourne here from the Newcastle Northstars, and here with Dave Ferrari, one of our defence, and we're coming into the final end of the season. How are you feeling about it?
Feeling really good. Obviously got our work cut out for us. Being a little bit behind on points right now, but I think we match up well against the teams we have in the final phase here, and we're getting healthy, which will be really important.
What do you think is the most important thing as a player to kind of psych you up as you come into the second half of the season and it starts to slow down a little bit?
Well, really just the idea of playing in the finals. We've played in a lot of finals. We've had success there. We know how good that is, and we know how much it sucks to sit out. So, not really something we think about, but it's just we all want to be there, and that's what we're working toward.
So you've just been named as the assistant captain for the under-20s men's team. How are you feeling about it?
Assistant coach, I'm really excited. It'll be my second year with the team. So building off what we did last year, working with a really elite group of players, best in the country. So looking forward to that, and hopefully kind of riding the ship. We didn't have the result we wanted last year. So hopefully we can do better in Iceland, and just looking forward to getting going.
What do you think your strongest trait is as a coach? What do you think you're best at?
Probably team tactics. Detail of teaching team tactics, whether it's video or at practice, or even changing on the fly against other teams. That's what I enjoy most. That's what I like to think I'm best at. But also I love the skill development side of the game as well. So working with players at practice, building their skills, and then showing them how that relates to the team tactics during the game.
So coaching for players that make it to this elite level, what do you think is the most important thing as a player to make it to that stage?
From the players, well, really commitment. It's just every day, being professionals. We go to training camp, which is a week in Europe, is where we went last year. I'm not sure where we'll be this year, but we're not always in desirable destinations. A lot can go wrong. Luggage can go missing. The team we're playing might not be appropriate, but really at the end of the day, the good players are the ones who just act like pros and just deal with that adversity and move on. So I think that's the biggest thing, just showing up every day, getting better every day, and just acting like a pro.
Thanks for your time, Dave. We're looking forward to seeing you playing. Congratulations on your assistant coach position.
Thanks, Lucy.
Lucy, how good was it to have a bit of an insight from a coach of an Australian team?
Yeah, it was really great, and I've coached underneath Dave for quite a while now, so it's really good to see him get those positions and to see him excel and to learn from such a talented coach as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dave Ruck is the coach for that under-20 men's team, and they're going to Iceland in January. So the best under-20 players, and they would have been some of the Tange kids as well. Would that be right?
Yeah, definitely. And you have some of the players who play East Coast Super League, and you also have some AIHL players occasionally.
Yeah, so it should be a really good tournament. And obviously looking for the win, Dave was saying.
They're often they can be quite a successful team normally, and they're quite a powerful team. So it'll just be about what other countries bring and what the league that we're in, because it's all tiered with different levels, so you won't be playing against all of the other teams in the competition, just like when you have the Australian men's team, you're in different levels. and then we'll just see what other teams have
Yeah,
as well.
beautiful. Well, another interview we have for you is with Northstars captain Bert Malloy, who's today playing his 100th game for the Northstars, which is an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
It feels so good to have him as our captain.
I know, he's such a great player and such a knowledgeable man, and he has a lot to give.
Yeah.
And he's, as he spoke about in the interview, how he's always learning and adapting, and that's really important as a captain.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's go to that interview now with Bert Malloy.
Hi, Lucy Bourne here from the Newcastle Northstars. I'm here with Bert Malloy, our captain and one of our forwards. How are you feeling about the game on Sunday?
Optimistic. Obviously the Bears are having a good season, but it's a game that we have to win. So I like our chances. The boys are really focused, and I think it helps that they're going down to Canberra on the Saturday too. So we'll see what happens.
So as the captain, what do you think your biggest role is in getting the guys ready for the second half of the season and really pumping them up to make finals?
I think it's just leading by example. That's always been my mantra for the most part. It does come down to preparation. Again, I don't think that we've hit our stride yet. But, the preparation throughout the week, getting ready for the weekend ahead.
So it's also your 100th game as a North Star on Sunday, which is a massive achievement. What do you think has been your favourite part about playing for the North Stars?
Obviously, winning 2 cups is right up there. But I don't know. It's an honor to wear the C for sure. Guys who wore it before me, Ray and Starkey, it's a huge honor. So if there's one moment, I think it's probably the first cup here, followed by the second cup. I don't know.
So being a captain, what do you think is the biggest thing you've learnt? Patience,
interpersonal skills. I guess everybody's different, so you kind of have to adhere to each guy personally. Always learning. If you're not learning, you're dying, I guess, right? So, I don't know. Patience and consistency.
Thanks for your time, Bert. We're lucky to have you here, and we're looking forward to seeing you play your 100th game on the weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, welcome back. We're crossing now to Peter Lambert in the commentary booth. Are you with us, Pete?
Here.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great, thanks.
That's good. So, we just heard from Bert Malloy, about to play his 100th game as an All-Star, but he was just chatting about how, looking forward to today's game. They're looking optimistic. They think, it'll help to their chances today. The Bears played in Canberra. What are you thinking?
Look, Bert, as was mentioned in the interview, he's always adapting, always learning. And the teams, these two teams have played once before, so they will have to adapt to each other a little bit as well.
No.
Actually, the reason why I kind of lost my train of thought is there's a couple of bits of late mail on this game. I just noticed that Adrian Esposito is missing for the Bears.
Oh, okay.
And he was injured late in the game last night against Canberra. And, of course, the other one you've already mentioned, Zane Jones, is back. So there's a couple of bits of good news for the North Stars, I guess, as far as their chances go today. For tonight, look, Bert's a great leader. He leads from the front, and it's his attitude, I think, that's not touched upon as much as his playing skills.
Yeah.
He has an excellent attitude to learning and improving, self-improvement, and I think that's a real weapon for the North Stars.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what he said, leading from the front is something he tries to do, and I believe I believe he does do that. There was one week there where he said, we really need to start scoring more goals. So the next game he went out and scored 2 goals. So, he does take leading from the front really personally.
He does, and that's why it was a good idea for Joey and Ray to put him up on that first line with the imports, because he does that sort of leadership. Those, remember Mark Messier and guys like that. They would make those claims and then they would deliver.
Yeah,
and Bert's one of those guys.
Yeah. So let's talk about the standings, Pete. You're a stats man. We're coming to the end of the season. There's only, a month's worth of games left. Who's looking good for the finals and who's out of contention at the moment?
Well, in our own little team, we've got Alyssa's been doing some good stats on this lately, and we're chatting about this before the game. And it's interesting to see which teams have an easy run in from here and those that don't. North Stars are kind of half and half, slightly easier, while we've got some other teams that have a tougher run, like the Ice Dogs. They've got a lot of games against the Brave coming up. So, it's mixed. One of the things we've got to watch out for is the Mustangs. They have one of the easier runs home, with home games or games against the teams below them.
Yep.
So there's still a possibility, but the maximum team points right now is 49, so it's tough for them to make it in.
And so for some people who are not quite sure how that max points works, can you describe to us, what do you mean by that, what max points is?
Well, that's simply the amount of points they currently have, difference between that and the maximum they can get if they win all the games that they have left. So if they have 10 games left, then of course that's 10 times 3 is 30 points.
Yeah.
If you're currently on 20 points and you've got a maximum of 30 you can get, then you've got a maximum of 50. So Mustangs are almost in that position. They have a maximum of 49 that they can score. And I've mentioned before, I believe that the amount of points you need to get into this year's final is 46 or 47. So at 49, that means they have to go pretty much perfect, I believe, for them to make the finals. But they have that opportunity.
Yeah. Is there anyone out of the finals contention based on, unable to get those max points?
Adelaide, at this point, I believe, are eliminated. Their maximum is around 39, I believe. Because the teams above them have to play each other. Yeah. That means that somebody has to get the points, and I think that means that they are mathematically eliminated. Now, I haven't proven that, done the full numbers on it, but that's pretty solid. Melbourne Ice aren't mathematically eliminated yet, but they do need to almost be perfect at this point to get through to the finals.
It's not a great position to be in when you come to this point in the season and you need to win every single game to be able to make the finals.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's right. It's high pressure, especially when you already haven't been in good form. So to be able to lift your team to go perfect at that point is very, very difficult. Yeah.
Alrighty, Pete. Well, we'll leave you to it. The game is about to get underway, and we'll wrap this up.
Thanks, Ellie.
No
Talk
worries.
to you soon.
Alrighty, guys. Well, like I said, the lights have gone off. The anthem's about to be sung, but stick around for the game. We'll have intermission interviews and then the post-game show.
See you guys.
Lachlan going to the net, shoot, and he scores! And towards Cox, goes to the shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in, first over the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Happy to see this thing. Hello and welcome everyone to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium for this AIHL clash here in Newcastle. Here, Steve, we've got the Sydney Bears joining us here against the home team, the Newcastle Northstars. And as far as games go, look, we talk about big games, but this is one of those 6-point games, Steve. Two almost perfectly matched teams and points, both fighting for that third, probably fourth position in the finals.
It's going to be a tough game. I mean, both teams really want the points badly. For the Bears, tough. They had a big game against Canberra last night. There's no doubt that they were going to start to feel it towards that third period, and the North Stars will take advantage of that by pushing and pushing and pushing. But I tell you, this is one of the biggest games of the season. I know we've still got 9 or 10 games to go, but this is one of the biggest games of the season.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be a big deal for both teams. Both really needs those points, of course, to get into the finals. It's a month away now, so now is the time to produce. So we've had a couple of late changes. I mentioned a bit of late mail there when I was talking to Ellie. So Adrian Esposito was hurt in the game last night. I was just checking while the girls were talking. I didn't see number 84 out on the ice, so that's a blow for the Bears because he's a veteran of many years.
Absolutely.
I watched Adrian play in UK in nearly 10 years ago, in 2009. He's been a solid player for him, a real depth player from a long time, so they're going to miss him tonight. And the good news for the North Stars, of course, we've got number 26, the big fella, Zane Jones.
Zane Jones is back.
So it's not just that he's level of play, but the energy and the fun that he brings to the team.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone in the building here tonight will be wanting to watch him and see what he can bring to the game, especially because he's been out for a while. I mean, practice is one thing, games is something else. So seeing him come out would be good. It looks like Adam Kimberley has joined the Bears and is playing for him tonight.
He's wearing 19 tonight. So, former local. Originally grew up in Wingham and moved to Newcastle and was mad about hockey, and he's played for several years. He played for the North Stars for a bit. I think he played a little bit for the Ice Dogs at some stage. He's being a bit of a call-up for the Bears, and they needed some help, maybe because Esposito's out too. They needed to bring the numbers up a bit.
Tyrell Clare also played for the Junior North Stars as well, and now playing for the Bears.
Yes.
And he'll be wanting to do a lot tonight. They're only carrying 4D, so he'll certainly want to be standing out tonight and making a stamp for himself on the Bears.
Yeah, we both went through those numbers tonight. Newcastle are playing 9 forwards, the same as the Bears. Bears have Esposito out, but they have Kimberley in. But the big difference we noticed was that Newcastle have 6D, Bears have 4.
It's going to be tough, and especially with the speed the North Stars have. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the D, and the D is relatively young for the Bears as well too. So I'm not saying they're inexperienced. They've got quite a lot of experience playing in the AIHL, but they're young. So unfortunately, sometimes that can lead to pressure decisions that aren't the best.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've got the players on the ice. We're about to have the national anthem, so we'll be quiet for a moment. Australia Fair, and that means we're about to get underway. So 2 guys we haven't talked about yet, Steve, is Anthony Kimlin and Dane Davis. So the current Australian #1 Australian goalie, and a guy who's applied to go from residency to citizenship, a guy who could play Aussie hockey as well, is Dane Davis. So wouldn't that be a matchup?
Oh, wouldn't it be a matchup? But
wouldn't that be a pair?
The stats for Kimlin this year, he's 929 with his save percentage, which is ginormous, and it's obviously kept the Bears in a lot of games this year as well too. Dane Davis has had an up and down year. He's had some brilliant games where you really think, my God, how did he save that? To other times, maybe we would have been happy if he'd had that shot back again. But he certainly is definitely playing very, very well at the moment, and has in the last couple of games. So let's just hope he brings his A game tonight.
Yes, now another guy who's having a great season this year is Michael Schlamp. We haven't seen him here in Newcastle this season, but he's one of his best years, and Mike started his AHL career here in Newcastle in 2002. One of our first ever imports who came out thanks to Kelly Lovering, Tyler Lovering's dad, along with Brett Hillier. And they were part of Brett and Michael were 2 of our top scorers back then. But here he is, still going strong some 16 years later, 17 years later.
And as a captain, he's vocal, he's on the ice. The other guys all around him know what's going on the bench. They know what to expect from him. So he makes sure that the Bears are always on their best. So great captain, great player, great man.
Rick West has got the puck and he drops it, and we're underway here at Hunray Skating Stadium. The Newcastle Northstars and the Sydney Bears. Clare goes round, but he's lost the puck. And loose in front and swinging at it is Jones. It's off the back glass. Jones out there with Naden. And that's through all the players and out into neutral ice, picked up by the North Stars. Hazelhurst with some speed, hands it off. It's off the stick of Jones and into the corner it goes. And first the puck It's a battle between Naden and Moncrief. No, it's struck off in the corner. Jones, Naden trying to tag a couple and keeping up their pressure game into the zone from the Bears. Dropped shot and shot is wide on Davis. We've got the two. That was Etienne Dutoit, the French. That's the Quebec pronunciation. I'm used to Dutoit, which is the French one.
You're doing very well, Peter.
Excuse me if I do say it wrong today. And we've got our first change just a minute in, and watch out, we've got Rob Hazelhurst. We see what he does on the swing. He kicks it in though, and he'll dump it in this time. And first to it is Brian Funes, a Charek right on top of him. Newcastle trying to get the puck, but they can't get it by the sticks of the defenders. Banger involved, but it's loose and picked up by Schlamp, and he'll get it out of the zone to safety. It's Thomas Stephen who'll skate it up. And into the corner it goes. Bears now in the Northstar zone with 13:29 left in the first period. Puck is loose, picked up by the red jerseys. Banger hits the stick of 91 Brucker, though, for the Bears, and they'll throw it back into the Northstars end, and they've got an icing call, though.
Good speed so far, Peter, from both ends. I think what we talked about in the pre-game there a little bit about the pressure on the defence. Young Tyrell Clare making a mistake behind the net, and North Stars weren't able to take advantage of the opportunity, but they created a wonderful opportunity to get a shot away, and they've really pressured the Bears net so far. I haven't necessarily got good shots away on Kimlin, but there's been a lot of pressure down there, and that normally leads to a goal.
Schlamp wins that one, and he's got it back. He'll hand it off, and now the Bears are breaking out. They've got some nice passing going on, and Thomas Stevens getting it in. He'll hand it off, and that's stopped by Davis. 13:08 left in the first.
Yeah, that's what Davis will want for his first shot on that. Just a little soft blooper so he can catch it in the gloves. So thank you very much. Put it out. He's now touched the puck, so he'll feel comfortable with that. But again, it would be interesting to see tonight with the North Stars with their face-offs. Charek has been brilliant on the face-off lately, and it'll be interesting to see if they keep the pressure on the Bears by winning them, which they've done again.
Newcastle do get out of their own zone, and they're breaking into the Bears zone. That's the captain trying some dangle. He doesn't get it through the Bears, but he's got Banger there to help out. And Hachari, Joe Hachari has the puck. He's Brian Funes all over him, doing a great job in defence there. Newcastle's trying to keep it alive. Banger gets it in close, and Ferrari can't put it away. Kimmel with a save with the pads, and a
holding
penalty being called holding. And is it on Semi Banger?
It'll be against the Bears. It'll be against Brian Funes in front of the net.
Okay.
Just holding on a little bit too tight.
I was watching the puck carefully.
Good man. But great pressure there by Banger, and he got that puck back to the point, and Bert Malloy's eyes just opened up wide, and he thought for sure it was going in. Kimlin, too good.
Dave Ferrari didn't mind screening down low either. Face-off won by the North Stars. Sam Lawson playing on this line. They've mixed up their lines with the return of Jones. That's Hasselhurst. Off a skate, but saved with a pad of Kimlin, and the Bears will clear it down to the other end as they are killing this penalty. Davis will reverse it, and Sam Lawson picks it up. So this is the second power play unit then. Lawson brings it forward. He hands it off, and skating into the zone is Menwaring. Under the stick of Naden. Newcastle can't keep it alive in their own end, and the Bears have got a 2-on-1 building. Pass is nice. Saved by Davis. Had him covered. Nice lateral movement there to make the save.
Yeah, it was a great play by the Bears to actually chip it out of the zone and put the 2-on-1 pressure on the North Stars, but good defense, keep it wide. The shot tried to one time, it didn't quite get everything on it, so Davis was able to cover up quite comfortably. Now with the first power play unit on, we might see a bit more pressure on the Bears.
1:25 left in that power play. 12:03 left in the first. No score at this stage. Newcastle have the puck. Taking their time breaking out. Here they come now with some speed into the zone. Is Hacharik. He'll drop it back. Kept alive by Jones.
Oh, great play.
Malloy keeps the puck in somehow. It was not an easy one to keep in. Hacharik takes a shot through the screen, and a save by Kimlin with the pads. Jones will go on the outside. Being kept outside by Strukov. Newcastle try the back door. Malloy can't get a lot on that one, and it's in a mess of players here right now.
I think
mostly white jerseys. Jones appealing for a penalty from Strukov, but not going to get it. The Mets off. 11:20 left in the first.
Yeah, referee just explaining to goaltender Kimlin that he was comfortable with where everything was. That's why the whistle wasn't blown, but good pressure there. And I mean, really, the guy you want to have the puck on the end of his stick is Sammy Banga, and he had it there a lot, put a lot of pressure on it. And Malloy would be a little bit disappointed he didn't quite connect on that one-timer. He was in the right spot, just didn't get everything on it.
The stick.
Yeah, just didn't get it all on it.
Don't get much power there. Face off. It's loose. Newcastle will pick it up out of the mess there. Sammy Banga has the puck. He's got Jones waiting at the other side. Hacharik to Malloy at the blue line. Down to Hacharik. And Strukov will get it out of the zone, so Malloy needs to tidy up. Into neutralise they go. Newcastle's end. And some pressure on Hacharik. The Bears are all over doing a great job in this penalty kill. Into the zone now, the North Stars go. But the Bears, once again, tidy up. And Jones has come together there with Brian Annesley, and he's skating off the ice. So I didn't see if it was a follow-through or something. I think it was a follow-through from a shot that's picked up. And even though it was accidental, I think the North Stars got away with one there. Into the boards. And Bears will get it out. Yes, they do. Off the boards by Brian Funes and down to the North Stars end. And 10:21 left. 10:20 left.
Yeah, he's not happy at all. He was a stick in the face then, and it wasn't picked up at all by the ref. As you said, Peter, it wasn't intentional or anything like that.
I think it was a follow-through.
It was a stick in the face nonetheless. But I like what the Bears are doing here on the PK. I mean, they've noticed that Hacharik is one of the key players for the power play, so two Bears have been going to him to take away that play, so they haven't been able to get the puck into the zone as cleanly as they would want to. Very clever, very smart play.
Waiting for the face-off. Nick Hare got the puck.
Yeah, it's full strength now, so just waiting to get another player on the ice for the Bears.
And the Bears aren't sure who's going to get on.
Who wants to go, boys?
And it's going to be Etienne Detroit who will take the face-off. I mean, as Adams actually taking the face-off, and he wins it. And Tyrell Clare can't get out of the zone. Sam Lawson will get it on the boards, but he's passed along. The blue line goes out, so Hazelhurst fakes and then fires it in deep for the North Stars to come back and get it. Lawson gets a touch first, but the Bears on it. Clare gets it to their teammate, and they will get it out of the zone now. Active stick by Rob Hazelhurst keeps it alive for the North Stars, and it's chipped into the Bears zone, but picking it up there are the Bears.
That was Law.
It was,
great speed.
Ryan Law. We've got the two Ryans this year, Law and Annesley. Puck is loose, kept in the North Stars zone by Charlie Adams, one of the imports for the Bears. And they're doing a good job of keeping it in the North Stars zone and keeping them pinned down a little at the moment. Hazelhurst to the puck first. They can't get it out across the blue line though. And the Bears will take a shot on net, and Davis has to be watchful there, but it doesn't quite make it through to him thanks to the defence. Hazelhurst gets it to the half boards. He gets it back. It's on Hazelhurst, pardon me. I think it's... Is that your boy? It is. Matt Lindsay.
Yeah, look, I really like what the Bears are doing here on the forecheck. They're putting a lot of pressure on the North Stars. They're giving them no room whatsoever to do anything. It doesn't matter where the play moves. They're sending a player to it all the time. It's very, very, very clever. It's almost a 2-3 forecheck. They've got two low and the third guy high, but it's just a bit of a hybrid of that. So the pressure is happening all the time on the North Stars.
They're disrupting the breakout, that's for sure. Thrown in deep by Brian Funes and picked up by the North Stars. They'll skate it out of their own end, and it's gone directly to Ryan Annesley. Flies it in, and North Stars will pick it up. And their breakup is a little not running smoothly at the moment. It's broken up again, and the Bears have an opportunity here.
Michael Schlamp shoots wide.
He shoots wide, and the Bears do keep it in. It's through a screen, but off a few skates and well wide and picked up by the North Stars. And they'll get a relief of some pressure here. But Bears at the moment are really doing a good job at the North Stars blue line with their forecheck. Keeping it in Newcastle's end, which makes it hard to score when you're in your own end.
You've got to be in the other end if you want to put the puck in the net. There's no doubt about that.
It's too hard from your own end. Off the boards it goes and into the North Star zone, and it'll be Hayden Sheard back to get it, along with some help with Dane Davis, who gathers the puck for him. He'll go off the boards.
Just not clicking at the moment, the North Stars, with their passing.
No.
Here we go, Hayden Sheard.
Hayden Sheard will take it in himself. His pass attempting to hit the stick of Malloy, but just goes a little too far for him to reach. And Paddy Ward now with the puck. Goes in deep. Adam Kimberley gets a touch and hit hard into the boards. There's Pat Naden, shakes it off immediately. Tyrell Clare, former teammate. And Paddy Ward now with the puck from Newcastle as it bounces out of the zone. Pass off some North Stars player into the corner as it goes. And we've got Richard Tasarek out there with Pat Naden as well. Nick Revay hands that puck off. And into the zone comes the North Stars. Tasarek steps around a player, around Clare, and he gets some help from Naden. Keeps the puck alive. Now Tasarek, he's kept on the outside. Pat Naden, though, is on his outside, so he's got really nowhere to pass to.
Again, just that pressure from the Bears. They're making sure there's someone on a red jersey all the time. So they haven't got time to think. They just really got to react.
Tyrell Clare takes a shot, and it's gone behind Davis's net. And another fast transition. Newcastle had Jones trying to break across the blue line, but the play was broken up and he couldn't go in with speed. Now they do. Here's Tasarek. He'll hand it off to Revay in close. Tries the back door, but shut tight there by Anthony Kimberley.
Nick Revay just so unlucky that that puck actually came to him on his backhand. If it come just a little bit further behind him so he got it on his forehand, he would have been able to blast that in. But Kimberley was able to move across because of the time that was given to him.
Well, we've seen his ability to stick handle, puck handle. He's pretty amazing. And he scored a lot in close like that this year. Puck is out of play. And
North Stars are claiming it came off a Bears player straight up.
So the Stripes are checking. They're conferring amongst each other. We'll see if it's going to be a penalty or not. Got a couple of the assistant captains wanting to hear the news.
Yeah, we've got a lot of, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, looks like it's a penalty, all right. Delay of the game. Brian Funes will be going.
So Brian Funes has been called for delay of game, automatic 2-minute penalty, firing it out on the fall into the netting.
Well, mate, we're only 9 minutes in. That's his second penalty already of the game. I'm sure.
Both the North Stars way. That one was automatics are a bit different, but although Newcastle kind of 0-1 from Jones' stick.
So I'm sure coach for the Bears will be pulling Brian Funes aside and saying, mate, settle down. We're really much better when we're at full strength.
Ryan Annesley still talking with Rick West. I guess he's talking about another penalty because those are automatics. It would only be if he thought there was a deflection, which the linesmen say it wasn't.
This is interesting.
Yeah,
Never seen a referee change his call, ever.
No, I don't think it was going to be that. It was something else. So never mind, we're back underway. 6:32 left in this first period. There's been no scoring yet. And face-off, well, eventually won by North Stars. No, but it's chipped forward, and so Rob Malloy is playing some D at the moment, and he'll pick up that puck. He plays D when he's on the power play. Picked up by Jones, loose, takes a shot, scores!
Holy moly, what a shot! Zane Jones.
He's been out of the team for a month or two since he had that knock in the Mustangs game. And that was just fortune. It came back to him, and Anthony Kimmel wasn't ready, and he's got that through the 5-hole.
Well, there's two things that are great on that, Peter. One, the North Stars scored on a power play because you want to get your special teams working well, and that was good that they were able to get that going. And as I said, Brian Funes is going to have to be a little bit careful as to what he's doing. Second thing is Zane Jones who scored the goal. I mean, he's been out for so long. And he sort of nodded his head there because, like, geez, it wasn't the best shot I ever took. It doesn't matter. It's a shot on net. It went in the net. We're ahead 1-0.
It's probably the fact it was a bad shot that fooled Kimlin because it went so slow. It dribbled across the line.
It did.
Sometimes the shockers are the ones that get you the goals, and especially after being out of the game for a while.
Absolutely.
It'll feel very good for him to get one up. His grandma's still here from Canada, so that he'll love scoring that for her. Into the zone. Kept alive by the North Stars. Malloy there, and in the corner goes Banga. He battles with Thomas Stephen, and Stephen gets to the blue line. He'll get it back off the board, so he's going to carry it in and dump it in the corner. Bounces up the boards, and in with Hazelhurst into the boards, but both are okay. Kept alive there at the blue line by Strukov. And now Stephen is bumped by Reve. Newcastle get the puck out, dig it out of the corner and fire down ice, but it's gloved down by the Bears, Terrell Clare.
It's real Hail Mary, chip and chase type hockey at the moment, played by both sides.
I've noticed the same, Steve, yeah.
Just finding it so difficult to get moving, that's been the problem. Both teams have been tight.
Semi Benga, he's kept on the outside by Strukov, and he'll batter into the corner. And that's out of the zone, so once again play is broken up. Paddy Ward has the puck right now. Fires it down ice, and it's stopped by Kimlin with the paddle. Terrell Clare gets a big bump from Sam Lawson, who's shaved his beard off. It's hard to ID without the beard. Shot and a nice save with the pads there by Kimlin. But Tini now gets it to Sam Lawson, giving some depth to this third line right now. It's a pretty deadly third line as far as they go around the AIHL. Clean shaven Sam Lawson now after having that big red beard.
Yeah, there's a few blokes trying to bump into Tyrell Clare there. He had a huge hit on Pat Naden a couple of minutes ago, and a few blokes have been trying to take it back.
Northstars penalty coming up.
Sam Lawson is going to be taking a charging call there for that last hit on Tyrell Clare. Just a little bit too enthusiastic on trying to pay back.
There's a chance for the Bears to get one back. So the Northstars leading 1-0. They've got 4:39 left in this first period, and Bears have a 2-minute opportunity with that penalty against the North Stars.
Well, the Bears were 1 for 4 in the power play last night against the Canberra Brave, who are a very good team. So there's no doubt they got potency on this power play unit.
Probably including last night, they have the most successful power play in the AHL. So they had the highest percentage, which was somewhere around about 26%. So that's pretty much on form. Down low they go. And Law gets a pass across. I think it's Strukov. I can't see his number. Bears working the outside of the umbrella. Strukov to the top. Fires it through the screen and gloved by Dane Davis.
Yeah, the screen actually parted then, so Davis was able to see that all the way through to his glove, so it was a quite comfortable save for him in the end. In fact, I don't even think it was going on net. I think it was slightly wide.
I think it was slightly out, yeah. Not by a lot, but enough where it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Face-off's fine, gives the North Stars a chance to change their PK unit and get their unit out, second unit out in the ice now.
Face-off won by the Bears. They're on this power play. They've got 1:26 left in it. And I think there was a shot. It's gone out the other side, though. And kept alive by Annesley.
Looks like the North Stars are picking up another penalty beyond Liam Manwaring. He's very aggressive with his stick there, so...
And Bears... Well, they're playing the advantage at the moment, but so...
Yeah, so just give it to the North Stars.
Touched by Naden, so we've got a face-off. It's going to be 105, a 5-on-3.
Yeah, it's a slashing.
Two-man advantage, a 2-minute slashing called on...
Liam Manwaring. Yeah, and Liam's unlucky because he did go aggressive, there's no doubt about that, but he was just too aggressive with his stick. That was the problem, and that's where our referee, Rick West, was able to pick that up and give him the call. So this 5-on-3 now, for 1 minute and 5 seconds, is going to be a very tough assignment for the North Stars. They're protecting that 1-goal lead.
Bears have the best power play. We'll see how they do with this 2-man advantage. Strukov. Taking his time, hands it off, gets it back, waits. Nearly broken up there by Malloy. Newcastle guessing, shot on net, and a stop by Davis. 44 seconds left in this 2-man advantage.
I tell you, it's easy sitting up here to watch the game, but it's just so typical, and we've seen this a lot in the 5-on-3s lately, Peter. It was a lot of passing. There's not shooting, and really we need to see the shooting happen if they want to score. As a North Star fan, I'm quite happy they don't shoot, but the Bears have got to start shooting the puck.
Strukov, now a shoot, and a save by Davis with the pads.
Now that's better. Now they're putting pressure on the North Stars. They must have heard me, that's right.
Listen to Coach Steve.
But that's what they need to do, obviously. I mean, you score if you shoot the puck. And they've still got another 39 seconds in this 5-on-3.
Face-off.
Oh, Hacharik, geez, he's good at those face-off.
Yeah, that was paddled aside there by Davis. But the Bears currently with possession. Annesley now. He hands it off. Shot on net. Hits a stick and up and out.
And a fan has picked up a puck and said, thank you, I'll keep that.
25 seconds remains in this 2-man advantage for the Bears. 120 total in this power play.
Well, I like the way that Hacharik is doing everything he can to win these face-offs. The pressure doesn't stay with them. He did a great job tying it up in the corner there. Wasted 3 or 4 seconds up this 5-on-3. And he's got his stick on the ice again. This is the man we need.
Bears have it this time. Strukov carried in. And still good pressure by the Northstars. They're pretty aggressive on this PK with only 3 defenders. But it's working for him so far. And they break up the play again. It's out of the zone.
Ooh,
he just kept it in the blue line.
Oh, nice stick.
And it's an active stick. We'll send that away. We're down to 3 seconds now. 2-man advantage for the blue line. Quick shot. And it's up a skate and wide. So we're down now to a 1-man advantage for the Bears. They've got 49 seconds remaining of that. Bears have it still in the zone. Quick shot from a cute angle.
I don't think Davis knew where that was.
Well, he did get across there, but it didn't matter in the end. It's bounced off something and gone into the corner, and there's now a scrum for the puck. Bears come out with it. Waiting. Tries the other side. Short side, and it's saved by Davis. Players down. There's a dog pile in front of the net, but I think Davis has got the puck. 2:08 left in the first.
Wow.
24 seconds left of power play.
Wow, there was sticks, bodies, everything going everywhere. And Dane Davis is staying down. I hope he's okay and he's going to be able to step up.
Sent away for a couple of bum taps there from the fellas, so well done.
Yeah, but the captain for the Bears, Michael Schlamp, was unbelievably aggressive in front of the net, trying to get the rebound, get his stick on that rebound. But the North Stars, 24 seconds, Peter.
Face off. Newcastle win it. Chip it out of the zone. So another great face off win for them. Annesley hands it off, and into the zone goes Brucker. Change of power play here for the Bears. Down to 6 seconds of that. Foons.
Oh, scores!
A deflection goal in the last second or so of that power play, and the Bears equalise 1-1 with 1:46 left in the first.
Well, the Bears will be much happier with Brian Funes now after picking up 2 2-minute penalties and now putting that puck in on net and getting the goal that the Bears so desperately needed to make this a 1-1 game. But, geez, again, Peter, it wasn't a great shot. It wasn't brilliant or anything. It just was at the net, and it happened. It went in.
Face off, won by the Bears. And into the North Star zone. No, Charlie Adams falls over the puck, and Newcastle come away with it. They've got some traffic to deal with though. Shot goes wide as he's pretty well tied up is Richie Tasurik. Jones protects the puck, but can only go to one of the Bears players. Annesley will send Charlie Adams up ice. Calling for it is Schlamp in front, but like a streak, across comes Hazelhurst to break up the play. Just flashed across. Knocked down mid-air, and the North Stars get out of the zone. Chance for North Stars, backhand. Wattini can't get it past Clare. Picked up by Manwaring. Jones in front with a screen. Shot from the point, and it's through, hits the screen and bounces out, and the Bears will come away with it. Into the North Star zone they go.
Oh, big hit.
Picked up by Hazelhurst, and in with some speed comes the North Stars. Sam Lawson loses the puck. We've got into Law into the screen with some speed. The Bears broke it up. They're into the corner now, and Newcastle will pick it up. 27 seconds left in the period. 1-1, and we'll see if there's another play. North Stars have an opportunity. Then Waring backhand it into behind the net, picked up by Tyrell Clare. Off the boards, 13 seconds. Newcastle get another chance into the zone. Reve, stick handling, gets through a couple. Can't get a shot away. He's got 2 players on him. Eventually they push him down, and that's into the boards, and that's the last couple of seconds. So at the end of the first period, we've got a 1-1 game between the Newcastle North Stars and the Sydney Bears. Kind of what we were expecting, Steve. High pace, even teams. Yeah.
Look, what a period.
Special teams.
What a period. 1-1. I mean, and I think that's really a true reflection of the game. I mean, it really started at a cracker pace, backwards and forwards, end to end. It was really terrific. And then the Bears started to put a lot of pressure on the North Stars. There was not a red player on the ice who didn't have a white player on him. And they were struggling to get it out of the zone and try and get anything happening at all. The North Stars then on the power play, bingo. Zane Jones, a good goal. Not a great shot, but a good goal. And that's all that they have to do is make sure the puck goes to the net. And then, of course, the comeback by the Bears to score the same one with Brian Funes. Again, same thing. He just threw it in from the point, but it was on the net. It hit something. They've given him the goal, so obviously it must have probably a North Star player or whatever.
North Star stick, skate or stick,
Yep. So special teams means so much in this game nowadays. It's the way the modern game is. And for both those goals to come on, that is a reflection of really what the modern game is. But a great game so far. That's a really good period.
Some relief for the Bears. They had that two-man advantage and didn't score. In the last second or two of that power play, I think there was 2 seconds remaining. They've scored to get that goal. And we've got, as expected, a thrilling game ahead of us. Second period coming up.
Well, these two teams, 2 points apart. So, this is was going to be a really, really good game. As I said, I'm a bit nervous about whether the Bears have the momentum to keep going, be it they played against the Canberra Brave last night, and they're always physical games, so the legs might go. But they've got a lot of young players on their team tonight with Wardler, Tommy Stevens, not that old as well too. So Moncrief, I mean, they've got a lot of young guys there. So if they feed them in, mind you, Moncrief and Wardler have been playing Tansha all week as well, so they're going to be a little bit tired as well.
They've been in Newcastle for the last week.
But really, the forward defence for the Bears worries me a little bit as well too, whether they'll be able to have the legs with the pace and speed at those 3 lines.
They haven't had to worry about it much yet because they've been in the Newcastle end a lot.
Correct, they have been because of the pressure they've been putting on. So again, great tactics by the Bears. But I'm sure Coach Ontario and also Sheffield will sort that out, get the boys excited in this period, and we'll see a different style of game in the second period.
One thing I think is working for the Bears, 2 of their 4 defensemen are imports. So guys that don't mind putting a lot of minutes on the ice, very fit and very effective in the amount of energy that they use. So that shouldn't be too much of a detriment for the Bears. We'll see as the game progresses and we get into the third period.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so these 2 teams, as you mentioned, only 2 points separating them, but the Bears have played 1 less game. So on percentage of how many points they have from what's been available, they're almost identical. North Stars 53%, Bears 52%. You can basically say they're equal. That's
why we have a 1-1 game, Peter. I tell you, it's very equal.
Proven on ice.
Exactly.
We're going to head over to Ellie right now. She's got Zane Jones, who scored that first goal for the North Stars. We'll catch you soon for the second period.
Hi everyone, Ellie Watts down on the Newcastle Northstars bench. We've just finished up period 1. The North Stars and Sydney Bears are tied 1-1. Our first goal of the game came from Zane Jones, who's back after about 5 weeks off. Zane, bringing a little bit of magic to today's game.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Just kind of shot the puck, not where I wanted to go, but it worked, so I was happy.
So you're feeling good after your couple of weeks off? You're feeling fit and healthy?
Really revitalized and ready to get to the finals.
So just run us through that first period. And what do you feel out there? What's the game like?
I don't know. It's kind of a dead game right now. Not a whole lot happened. I think two goals that I think both teams would like back, but quite a few penalties. So I'm excited for the next 2 periods.
And what do you think the North Stars need to do to get the edge over the Bears?
I think we just need to stay positive and get things going, and shift after shift, keep it going.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Zane.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the AIHL game between the Newcastle Northstars and the Sydney Bears. We've got a 1-1 game, Steve. Exciting first period we've just seen. We just heard from Melbourne where the Mustangs are up 1-0 against Ice Dogs, so that's an important game for this matchup as too, because we've got 3-4 teams trying to make those final 3 spots in the finals.
Absolutely, the Mustangs will be trying to scrape every single point they can get. It won't mean so much to the Dogs, they're a couple more points ahead, but certainly for the Mustangs, they need every point they're going to get. It was interesting listening to the Zane Train talk about the first period, and you say it was dead because it was tough. It was tough out there, trying to find room on the ice was tough. So congratulations to the Bears for being that kind of team. So we really need to make sure we break that this period.
That's right. Well, we don't have long to wait. We're about to drop the puck. Rick West has it, and we're back underway here for the second period. Bears have the puck right now, getting organised in their own end. So it's one each, of course, after that first period. And it gets past Ward and picked up by Law. But out of the mess, Hacharik comes away with the puck. He can't get it past the active stick of Etienne Dutoit. Close in chance and a score by Adams, Charlie Adams, number 9. Caught the North Stars napping a little bit. They've stolen the puck down low and scored.
I tell you, that was just hard work. That's all that was. That was just hard work. Because both Reveille and Bango were both there, yet he just kept going and going and going and managed to grab the puck in and put it away. Again, not a pretty goal at all for the Bears, but it's a second goal for the Bears. They're up 2-1.
They're all pretty when they're yours, Steve. Nick Reveille can't get that through the screen, and the Bears pick it up again. So North Stars not having things go well for them at the moment. Chance again for the Bears.
Wow.
Score! Ryan Lowe gets another one, and in a matter of seconds, the Bears are up 3-1 in the first 40 seconds.
They could not have played that 2-on-1 any better. Malloy did the best that he could to stay between the two of them, but the way the Bears really strung that out to get the shot away and break in hard, Dane had to make a move, and they just went straight around him. It was a nice goal, a pretty goal.
It was patient. I mean, it started from a bad bounce when Reveille tried to chip it in. It's gone off the player and come the other way. So the Bears had a 2-on-1, and they're just very patient with it, and they made it count. North Stars had possession, and so the Newcastle crowd are getting behind them.
Again, the Bears are doing a great job just keeping the neutral zone crammed out. They played a beautiful 1-3-1 there.
Bears have another opportunity. That's broken up by the North Stars, and now the Zane Train's going to take it down ice. Into the zone he gets, and turns it over. So North Stars need to have a little more confidence and close support here. Hacharik falls and Tesoric. Pardon me.
Here we go.
Chance for Newcastle.
Oh, offside has been called. Offside has been called.
Big opportunity for North Stars, and they've called it as a deliberate as well. So they'll go down the far end to Davis's end, down 3-1 after that burst of bubble there early in the second period.
Oh, Richard Tesoric just had the burners going then, so I really thought that he'd got through that, but obviously our linesman was right on the line. He saw that perfectly and was able to make the call.
Face off. Ward gets it away to Reveille. He's under pressure from Strucker. And that's off his stick and out into the North Stars bench area, the Zamboni area. We're going to stop a play with 13:32 left. So now the Bears up 3-1.
Yeah, good play there by Ainsley because the North Stars were on the burst there and he just broke the momentum down by chipping it out over the boards. Clever play.
Well, I think he used the North Stars player's stick. So
still, it was a clever play, Peter. It was a clever play.
It makes it especially clever when you use someone else's stick. And you can't get a penalty for it. Reveille gets it out of fishes it out of the crowd and gets a shot, but it doesn't go through all the sticks and skates. Battle for the puck along the boards. Bears come away with it. They've got some numbers. They've got 4 and 3. And that's gone through the other side. Mark Schlamp can't knock down a bouncing puck or a lifted puck. Brucker in close. Davis makes the save that time.
Yeah.
13:01 left in the second.
Good play by Rivet there to take away the passing option in front of the net. When you're right, Peter's a 4-on-2 there at one stage, but all the Bears were right in front of the net in a line, and all he had to do was disrupt the pass, which he did, so they took away the threat totally. So really clever defensive play by Rivet. This will be interesting. Third line for the North Stars on the ice with a third line D partnership.
They do have one of their imports though, the North Stars, that Sam Lawson's out as centering this line, which does give it a lot more strength. Bears coming in with some speed and a save. An easy one for Davis. He gloves that and gives it a twirl.
Well, Davis played that so well. He didn't commit at all. He just followed him in front of him right across the net, and there was no place for Strukov to go.
Hayden Sheeds comes away with that puck. He shakes off a hit from Kimbley. I think Kimbley mostly got the referee, and Powers come in for a check. As Kimbley's fallen, and he's going to take a penalty for it. Unfortunate, but as they say, deliberate or not, you still get called for it.
Yeah, the timing just wasn't good because he'd fallen down and Hamish came through just with his stick at his hip as he would at any other situation. But unfortunately, because he'd already fallen down, it was going to be cross-checking.
And it fell because of the original collision with Rick, who was right there.
Yeah, it was right there, correct.
Anyway, circumstance, doesn't matter, it's still a penalty. So a power play here for the Bears. Chance to really get some space here in the North Stars after those two quick goals.
Well, North Stars got to shake this off. They're down 2 goals, and now they've got to kill this. So they've really got to try and build the momentum their way again.
This is the start of their momentum, isn't it? It'll have to be. Adams gets it away quickly. Fired on net and a save by Davis. Well out in challenging there out of his blue paint.
Oh, good play. Here we go.
Newcastle Hachawi's got the speed. He can pick it up. He's got 2 to contend, though. A speedy Strukov got there before him. But it's a great way to kill a penalty, is to send it back to the other end, the other team's end. Bears now come in with some speed. And now they're setting up, they're taking their time now, they're in the Newcastle zone. Up to the point. Across the other side, now they try the short side, it's off a skate and into the corner. And Lindsay would get it out off the boards.
That was a good clearance. We needed the puck to get out of the zone. That was a good clearance.
1-on-1 left in this power play for the Bears. Floated opportunity there, trying to hit the stick of Annesley, but it doesn't connect.
Again, Ward just delaying the play a little bit so they couldn't get the shot away. Very clever.
Veteran move to the top of the circle. Bears working across the blue line. Setting up, look for the guy. Adams is at the back door there, and Schlamp down close on the short side. And fished out again by Matt Lindsay, and it will roll down to the right of Anthony Kimblin.
Now, so far, a good penalty kill by the North Stars. They really haven't given the Bears anything at all. And there's only less than 15 seconds to go now.
Bears come into the North Star zone. Now they're put on the Rockets. Tries go wrap around, and a chance in front for Schlamp. Stopped by the North Stars. Clare through the screen, scores! 1 second left in the power play, and the Bears are up 4-1.
Yeah, look, they're always tough shots from the point. About 300 mil off the ice. Hard for the goaltender to see. It was a great screen. Schlampy had a great screen on Dane Davis there. So that was always going to be tough for him to try and get his glove over on it. But good positioning there from Tyrell Clare. He walked the line, saw the gap, threw it in the net. We have a 4-1 hockey game, Peter. The North Stars are really going to have to start pushing harder now. It's going to be all-out offense.
Well, North Stars have gifted the Bears a big burst of confidence, and that's hard to shake. Confidence and momentum, and the two are pretty closely related. Brevet's going to try and do what
Well, we've got a penalty call.
The Bears did earlier, and get a couple of good shots on there to go to goal, get it going.
Yeah, the referee has his arm in the air. Wouldn't surprise me if it's slashing or hooking. No, it's a holding call on the Bears.
So another opportunity. This will be for the North Stars. As they're on the power play, although it doesn't mean you can't get scored on when you're on the power play. We've seen plenty of those.
Well, again, the Bears scored a shorthander last night against the CBR Braves, so they've obviously got offense as well too. But this is with North Stars. We need in this 2 minutes. We just need to score a goal. Well, that's stating the obvious, but we really do need to score a goal. And it's a great power play unit out there. They've got to get the puck to Banga, though. He's the one that's going to make something happen.
Bears have done a good job of negating him pretty well so far. That's into the netting, off the face-off. So we'll have another face-off.
The North Stars are asking, shouldn't that be a clean one, straight up? Our referee's saying no. Came off both sticks, so...
Face-off, won by Charik, and Jones digs for it in the corner. Now Banga has the puck. He's working with his teammates. Gets to the far side. Brevet can't put it through the screen. North Stars working it out at the half boards. Good pressure by the Bears, but Newcastle do hold the puck. We're in the red tonight.
Look how aggressive is that power penalty kill for the
Bears. Yeah, we've got two Bears way out right up against the boards.
Oh, got him. Yeah, we've got another call here. This will have to be hooking for sure, and it is.
Accidental hook or trip on Semi Banga. Accidentally.
You're very kind, Peter.
Accidentally, effectively.
Now that was pretty obvious as soon as he's got his stick up that there was going to be a call on that because of the way Banga was moving so quickly to protect the puck. So 5-on-3 opportunity here. Minute and 26 seconds. Now the momentum can start to swing, Peter.
Well, they've got to score for that to happen. Let's see if that happens. Charik wins the face-off again. Gets hauled down a little there.
That's what I love about Joe Charik on the face-off. Everything is about the face-off. All he wants to do is win it. And he has. He's been doing a fantastic job. I don't have stats in front of me, but, geez, you have to be around 75-80%.
Yeah, it feels like that, yeah. And that's amazing numbers. I mean, above 50-60% is what you're after. That's off the skater Malloy in the neutral zone, and he will take it in for the North Stars. He stops up, waits for some support. Newcastle setting up on this 5-on-3, so that's what they need. They need some set plays, and they need to get some shots on net. They've got a screen going right now.
Oh,
there's a shot. It's off a player and wide, so they'll pick it up, and Malloy will take it back to the blue line. To the red line. Hits the man out middle, but it's bounced off a stick, and the Bears will happily waste some time. We've got three North Stars coming in on Adams, who has carrying the puck. They wanted the puck back really badly. Charik loses the handle, but regains the puck. Jones, it's off a stick, off Annesley's stick and in the corner, but the Newcastle North Stars get it back. They're setting it up for this 5-on-3. They've got 26 seconds of that to go, but it's been broken up by the Bears. 20 seconds now. Nick Revet carries it forward for the North Stars. 15 seconds of 5-on-3. Goes wide. Kept wide by the Bears' defence. Loses the handle a little.
They just need to start shooting the puck.
Yeah, they do. We've got 2 seconds, 1 second now, 5-on-3. Here comes the other Bears player. Short side, kept out by Kimlin. So Bears down by just the one now, and they clear that puck. 25 seconds left to power play. We've only got a couple of shots on net. I don't think anything's got through Kimlin, except maybe that acute angle one.
Nice play by
Hazelhurst. Straight in there with energy. Lawson. To the cross. Shot through the screen. Covered up by Kimlin. Yep.
Well,
and we've got, 5 seconds left to power play.
But at least we got a shot away, Peter, and all of a sudden Kimlin was under pressure and had to jump on that puck to make sure there wasn't a rebound that was going to be dangerous. I just like to see, again, it's easy to say it from up here, but I mean, I just like to see them shoot the puck more. I think in that whole 5-on-3, I don't think it was an effective shot the whole time. Maybe a couple of shots, nothing effective.
Redirects had an opportunity, but a pad save by Clement goes to one of his teammates. And we've got a full squad now, 5-on-5, as we've got Law back on the ice. Hazelhurst working with Lindsay, but they're under pressure here from Schlamp. And Law carries it himself. Stopped by Davis, it's loose, but picked up by the North Stars. And there's a penalty being called. There's a bit of action going on in front of that. Mike Schlamp's going to hit the bench for 2 minutes of shame.
Well, there's no doubt that Schlamp had to go. That was one of the biggest slashes I've seen for a long time. So there's no doubt.
Didn't complain about it. He just went straight on.
Yeah, but it looks like Sam Lawson's also picked up a penalty as well too. And I think it was an interference call. So he was a bit unlucky on that.
Even Stevens, we got 5 and 5 or 4 and 4.
I think he's playing 4 and 4. I think 4 and 4 should suit the North Stars. They've got so much speed out there on the ice. You have Hazelhurst, Hacharik, Bert Malloy. It's just a matter of winning the puck, which they've done, feeding up, and let's go.
Hacharik into the zone. And he's dropped the puck behind him, so it's been picked up by Law. Bears now breaking out. They'll come into the North Star zone. And the drop-off pass. Annesley. Law, pardon me. Shot on net through a screen, bouncing around, knocked down, and out of the zone for the Bears to retrieve. Tyrell Clare will skate onto it with under 7 minutes remaining in the second period. 4-1 the lead for the Bears after that burst of goals here in the second period.
Yeah, really the Bears are slowing this down, and the North Stars will not want that. They want it to be at a really, really quick pace so they can get back into this game fast. But gee, I like what Law does with the puck on the end of his stick.
Yeah, he's hard to shake off. It's like it's stuck there. Struck off working back and forth, keeping it away from Hazelhurst. He does win it eventually, but...
And look up ice, there's Banga.
Banga skating on. No, he's missed the stick, and that'll be icing called on the North Stars.
Yeah, look, it was a nice play there by Hazelhurst to try and feed the puck up to Banga. It just needed to come maybe half a second earlier because Banga was coming across hard, and because of the pass, he was under pressure. It didn't quite make the connection. But the North Stars will need to be doing stuff like that. They just need to get a goal. They just need to try different things. Offense.
Face-off won by Hacharik again. Hazelhurst can't get out of the zone though, and the Bears join the attack.
Oh, nice hit.
Hazelhurst throws a big hip check.
That's where they need to settle it down.
Matt Lindsay will settle things down, and Hacharik will come in to help him break out. He's going to fit it to Banga instead. Banga and Hacharik teaming up. Hacharik now will carry it forward. No, he's going to loop about and get organised.
Skill.
Nice move to get around one player, and he's got Banga with him. He'll drop it off, and Banga will carry it. He waits, he shoots, and a save by Kimlin.
Yeah, it's hard to put a puck past Kimlin tonight. I mean, he's square all the time. He knows exactly where it is, and his rebound control has been outstanding. I mean, there's no rebound on that at all. He just clutched it to his chest and kept it there, but he's been very, very big tonight. He hasn't been challenged a lot. North Stars haven't been shooting as much as probably they would like to, but the reality is he's just not giving them anything, Peter.
Nick Revay got in close on Kimlin and collected a lot of white jerseys there for a while. I think he was trying to get into their heads a little bit. We'll see if it works. Bears come into the North Star zone, and a hasty shot, ineffective, and stopped by Davis.
Yeah, Revay's starting to get a little bit fired up here. He's not happy the way the game's going. Having a bit of a chat to our referee here as well too about the hit that was given just then. But I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Revay fired up. Might be able to see some action happening out here because the North Stars need something, a little tweak, so they can get that next goal.
It looked like Rick West was giving him a warning there about his escalating.
Correct.
Escalating temper.
Oh, that should be tripping, and it is.
Etienne Dutoit does trip up Nick Revay, who was getting some of that energy out with a burst up the left wing. And the Bears have decided he's a good one to get him the skin off.
Yeah, well, they can see that he's getting agitated. So obviously, if you can get him really excited, we'll get him off the ice. And obviously, the North Stars don't want that. No, yeah. North Stars do not. He's the #1 scorer.
Yeah.
So they need him on the ice. They need him to try and put something away now. I mean, that last 5-on-3 really was a great opportunity. Well, they've got another power play. It's 5-on-4. And special teams have meant a lot tonight. So we need to get a goal now.
Back on the way, North Stars have it in the Bears' end. 5-on-4 this one. To the blue line, Revay shoots! And a glove save by Kimlin.
Yeah, again, the shot, Kimlin could see that all the way through and just managed to collect it with his glove without any problem. North Stars really got to make a lot more traffic happening in front of the net so that Kimlin can't see the puck. At the moment, he's getting too much vision.
Hacharik wins another one.
Oh,
Bears
clever.
pick up the puck and throw it down ice. And that was Ryan Lowe. Malloy. Yes, it is legal, but you can't pass it to your teammates like that, which he didn't have to worry about because he was just trying to get out of his zone. Quick shot on net, goes wide and out the other end and into neutral ice. To be picked up by Bert Malloy and taken back to his own end. Normally a defenseman, he's been playing forward a bit this season, so he's got no problem taking on defence duties during the power play. Tahacharik off his skates, he'll pick it back up though. Gets through some traffic, hands it off. Banger waits, shoots, loose. Oh. Kept alive by the North Stars, but the Bears under pressure there for a moment. Malloy waits up at the blue line, but it's gone down low instead. Backhand attempt. Driving the net is Jones, and he's pushed down the ice. And a little bit of pushing. Nothing serious.
Young Tyrell Clare having a chat with Sam Banger about what he should and shouldn't be doing out on the ice, and I'm sure Sam Banger will explain back to him what he should and shouldn't be doing on the ice. But again, better pressure there by the North Stars. Lovely skill by Hacharik to get the puck into the zone and get the shot away as well too. And Banger was a lot more aggressive in that little minute of play there as well too, to try and get some shots happening. And that's what they really need to do, just keep banging the puck away. I know I don't want to keep harping on it, but they just need to keep getting that shot away. This is the second power play unit now. We'll see how they go.
Well, they got Jones involved in that one, and that's probably a way to kind of break the seal here for them. But we've got the other power play on right now, and we've got another good bounce for the Bears. Law, saved by Davis there, and Lawson, the other 22, will take it forward for the North Stars. Gets it to Manwaring. He'll take it in deep with some speed. He'll go behind the net. Plenty of speed in the young fella. To Lindsay at the blue line. Back to Manwaring. He lets it through. To Naden. Lawson. And Hazelhurst up at the blue line. Bears recover that puck and throw it down ice. They'll be stopped by Davis. He's got lots of options. And he'll send it up ice to the blue line. Not quite. Broken up by the Bears. And the Bears have another opportunity, though they've not got the numbers this time. That's off a stick and out of play for Mike Schlamp, off the stick of Lawson.
Great play there by Lawson, putting his body in the way of that to take the deflection so it goes up and out of the play. But again, the Bears, they just sniff something, boom, they're gone, fast as. They're really, really playing a good game of hockey tonight. They're really frustrating the North Stars because they're not allowing them to have any opportunity, but as soon as they get an opportunity, they're gone.
Face off. Newcastle win that again. This is Jones this time, and he'll get it to Revay. Revay gets a nice pass away. He connects with Jones. Jones driving towards the net, goes in hard. Can't beat Kimlin.
Again, Kimlin just followed him, so he gave him absolutely nothing.
Through a screen, lob shot, and it's knocked down, and the Bears will regain possession with Dutoit. And too fancy there on the drop pass. They've been called offside with exactly 3 minutes left in the second period. It's the Bears period. They lead 4-1.
I really like what our officials have been doing tonight, Peter. I mean, the referee's been strong, decisive on the calls. The linesmen have been really clear about where the problems are with the offsides and icings. They're doing a fantastic job tonight.
Face off. The Bears get that one off the stick of Schlamp.
Oh.
Vision at the blue line there. Revay happy probably to get involved physically. Strukov. Battles happening all over the ice at the moment. Pat Naden onto the puck. He'll take a hit from Dutoit.
Yeah, got him.
And that's too much stick there from 91 Brucker, who had the arm wrapped right around the North Stars player, and the Bears retracted another penalty.
Yeah, well, it goes to show again, you keep your feet moving, anything's going to happen in regards to penalties, and that had to happen because Revay just kept his feet moving, put the pressure on the Bears, and there was just no way they were going to catch up to him because of his speed. So it's very, very clever. Very experienced hockey player, and he's staying on the ice because he knows that they need to score.
We've got 2:34 left in this period, and there's a 2-minute power play ahead for the North Stars. Holding is a call. Pretty easy one, that one. To the blue line, Malloy. Through a screen, waits, hands it off. Fake by Banga, loses the puck. Off the boards it goes and it dribbles down to Davis to stop. But Malloy, watched by Adams, watched by Annesley. Newcastle. Revay takes it in deep and he's lost the puck he's lost it to Clare, but Newcastle have picked it up again. Good these Bear penalty killers, I should say, are doing a great job and often stealing the puck from Newcastle. In close, and it kept out by Kimlin and co. And that comes a soft one to Kimlin, and he'll stop the puck with 1:50 left in the period.
I think Zane Jones is very unlucky not to pick up a goal there. I mean, he was lurking behind the net, and the puck came round to him, but Kimlin just came over with his toenail and managed to kick the puck out so that Jones didn't get a scoring opportunity. It's an important face-off here. Unfortunately, not quite one then.
Slapped hard, and around it goes, and all the way down to the other end by the Bears, which you can do when you're on the penalty kill. Left for Malloy, and he'll hand it off to Reve, and now it's Hacharik. But Bears with an aggressive forecheck here on this penalty kill. Law one of those. Malloy up the left wing. Jones moves inside, hands it off to Hacharik. He'll try the other side. He's lost the puck, and the Bears clear it. 43 seconds remaining in this power play. Davis comes up to, hands it off to Reve. Northstars have 30 seconds to make something happen on this power play. Reve takes it in himself, goes deep. Manwaring taking his spot high, and they'll swap. Lindsay does get out the other side, but someone needs a shoot. They do now, and it's a save by Kimlin.
Kimlin wasn't sure where that was. He's looking behind him.
Hazelhurst in quick one-timer attempt by Manwaring, and that's cleared by the Bears after a save. And we're down to the last couple of seconds, and the Bears are back to even. Schlamp chopping at the stick there of Hazelhurst, and he'll get that puck back in his own end now, Schlamp. 22 seconds. Hazelhurst off the boards, and Naden can't stop that. We're down to the last few seconds here of this second period, and we go back to the Northstars end.
Well, I think just what we saw then from Captain Michael Schlamp for the Bears was just the enthusiasm the Bears have been showing. He came screaming down here to take the one-on-one play to do the forecheck, took the Northstar player stick out of his hand so that the guy couldn't quite move it up, and then got right back into his zone to grab the puck and throw it back up to create an opportunity for the Bears. That
Bears
is
win that one.
outstanding.
They've only got 10 seconds to make it happen. They're out of their zone right now. Law has it, and he'll go back to safety, so I don't think the Bears are going to try this now. No, that'll see out the period. So at the end of 2 periods, we've got a 4-1 lead for the Sydney Bears over the Newcastle Northstars. So obviously a big change there in that period, Steve, with the first shift.
What a start. That was an incredible start for the Bears. And they must have talked about it in the dressing room and said, look, we've got to put pressure on the Northstars. We've got to come out hard and try and get a couple of opportunities and see if we can get in front. You couldn't have done it any better. It was just sensational. Now, the Northstars had lots of opportunity because 5-on-3, they had a lot of special team play on the power play, but they just don't seem to be getting the shots away. Now, I don't know what the instructions are for the power play. We have no idea there, but certainly I would like to think that they just want them to shoot the puck and shoot it as often as you can. They don't seem to be doing that. They're trying to set up a really, really nice play to get a good goal, and good on them. That's brilliant. But at the moment, it's 4-1. It's
very aggressive penalty kill by the Bears. They're giving that time to the Northstars, and that seems to worry them quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, if players are being aggressive on the on the penalty kill, that means that there's someone out of position. But it means you've got less space to do something. So that's the risk the Bears are taking, and it's working for them.
It's working so well for them at the moment. Again, the Northstars have got to break that. You're right. Just chip out so that someone skates on it, put it into a quiet zone so that they can grab the puck and then get the opportunity. But Kimlin's playing well. He hasn't really been challenged a lot. I thought he'd be challenged a lot more in this game than what he has been so far tonight. But I mean, whenever he has been challenged, he's square, he's ready for it, he's stopping the rebounds. There haven't been much in the way of rebounds at all. So he's tuned in tonight. He really wants this win. He wants it badly.
Davis too had some good saves. He was left hung out to dry. There's 2-on-1s.
Yeah, exactly.
Early in that second period.
Yeah.
And the third goal there by Terrell Clare was through a screen. So I don't think Davis has had a bad game, and Kimlin's had a great game.
Sure, but I think we have to give Tyrell Clare a bit of a rap. I mean, he took that puck, walked the line, threw it through a screen, 300 mil off the ice on Dane Davis's blocker side, which is almost the perfect shot from the point, and it went in. So you've got to give him a rap. That was a really, really good play on his behalf.
Yeah. another opportunity. Well, he was a Northstars junior. He went to Sydney because he couldn't get a game up here.
Well, that's right, and the family then moved to Sydney as well, so obviously it made sense to try out for the Bears, and he's been doing a fantastic job for them. It might be his 4th or 5th season for them now.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's a good player. He's an aggressive player too. He's not a big guy, but he's an aggressive
big
player.
enough.
He's big enough. Yes.
He's always been a hard hitter too.
Absolutely.
So I do expect him to make the Aussie team at some stage as well.
Absolutely. The thing that I think the North Stars would just need to do better is try and break this neutral zone play by the Bears. The Bears are clogging that neutral zone well, so that the North Stars aren't coming into the zone with speed, because that's their game. They come in with speed, get you in pressure, create opportunity and score a goal. They haven't been able to do that because the Bears have been throwing one player in, 3 across the middle and 1 behind, a beautiful 1-3-1, and they've been doing that really, really well. So it's clogged up that zone, so the North Stars haven't had any speed. And it's not the North Stars' game. They really want to have speed through that zone. So congratulations to the Bears to be able to stick to that and be disciplined enough to stick to it. But exactly what you said before, they're so aggressive on the PK, the power play hasn't had its opportunities.
Yeah, and that's where they should have equalised, I guess you could say. But the Bears are robbing the opportunity by having a better penalty kill.
At the moment, correct. And again, another 20-minute period now, not a 15-minute period. So if the North Stars can start with the kind of speed that the Bears started with at the beginning of the second period and get a goal, 2 goals, all of a sudden now everyone's up, everyone's moving, everyone's got a lot more speed in their feet, and we should be able to see them come back into the game. But they need to score first. I mean, I know that's an obvious thing, but we need to score first.
All right, well, Ellie's waiting for us. I think it was Joe Hartrick that she's got waiting to speak to you. So we'll catch up with you all in the third period here, third and final period. The Bears 4-1 here, the North Stars 1 here at Newcastle Skating Stadium.
Hi everyone, Ellie Marie Watts here down on the Newcastle Northstars bench. I'm joined by Joe Hartrick, Northstars import. We've just finished period 2. The Sydney Bears are up 4-1. Joe, what happened in that second period there? The Bears went up from 1-1 to 4-1 and it was pretty quick. Like, was there some defensive errors there, or was it just one of those lucky bounce sort of situations?
No, they made some good plays. I think, the thing that's been our deal all season is we keep beating ourselves. We're the ones who make mistakes and we're the ones who let the teams come back into the game. So we just need to communicate and fix our minor errors and we'll be okay and win this game.
Is this a pretty scary deficit at the moment, or is it something you think you can overcome for the third period?
With our team, I don't think any deficit is scary. I think we have such a great team and we can get out of any hole. It's just about believing in each other and sticking together.
And so what's going to be the tactic for period 3? Is it communication? Is it, picking up on defensive errors? What is it?
It's just going to come down to heart. It's a do or die game. We have to win these games. We're going to make playoffs, get the grand final. So every game we have to play like it's our last.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.
back, everyone, to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. The Sydney Bears 4, leading the Newcastle Northstars 1 after 2 periods of play. Steve, we've got a 20-minute period coming up. Pretty crucial for the Northstars after blowing that one pretty early in the second period, and now they need to claw it back.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's really what the Northstars need to put on the Bears in this whole 20-minute period to try and claw goals back quickly, obviously. But they've got to shoot more. We've got to get that puck to the net and put Anthony Kimlin under pressure for the Bears. He's had a great game, but I mean, any goalie can be beaten. You just got to put pressure on them so that can happen. So I'd like to see that happen right from the word go, and we get a couple of quick ones, make it a great game then.
We've got the play of the game happening right now, so they're looking at some of the plays from the last game, which was that game against the Ice, and we had a double-header, so the other game was against the Adelaide Adrenaline. Of course, last weekend they were in Canberra playing the Brave. So, yeah, big period coming up here, as we mentioned, 20 minutes. So, I mean, Northstars kind of hoping there'd be some fatigue for the Bears, but I think with the amount of confidence they have, and
well, Joe Hacharik said it at the end of the second period. He was saying they have the offense to score goals. They do. They have the offense to score goals. But you've got to score goals. And really, shooting the puck is what's going to do that. So I hope that that was taken into the dressing room, and I'm sure it is, because we've got some really clever people there that are running this Northstars organisation. And they would be trying to get more pressure on the Bears and getting more shots on the net so that we can see what happens in regards to this performance for this third period.
So Lehman Waring has won the giant $50 Sam Wilson, pardon me, number 22, has picked up the giant check, and Liam, we had Liam, he got another one with his face on. Well, we're just waiting for Whitworth to drop this puck and get this third period underway.
Yeah, great initiative by the Northstars to have the play of the day and get the fans engaged in what is a great product out on the ice. So, Pete, let's go.
Face-off won by the Bears. And Strukov has it. He'll send it up to Dutoit and into the Northstars zone it goes. Around the boards by Davis and into neutral ice, but it's picked up by Tyrell Clare. It's off a stick and picked up by the Northstars. A drop pass, Banger. Gets Hacharik down low. It's loose, and the Bears do dig it out, and it's going to be Adams who'll skate up the left wing.
That was the right spot to put the pressure on. It was the Bears zone, but unfortunately no shots on net again.
Fired up ice by the Bears. It's off Drevet sticking into the corner, and he's got Adams going to steal the puck away from him. In close, and a save by Davis. And another error nearly ends up in more trouble for the Northstars.
Oh, Detroit did a fantastic job grabbing that puck and getting a surprise shot on Davis, but Davis was clever enough to know that it was coming, so he was down low and was able to take the shot. But again, just the enthusiasm from the Bears. Really, the Northstars have got to out-muscle that and start out-enthusing them themselves.
Bears win their face-up at Newcastle, trying to get a wing and win. No, Bears keep it in the zone. That's Brucker. And he fires a shot, but it's going behind the net, and Newcastle do dig it out. It bounces down ice to Annesley. He's got the puck back. Gets it forward to Thomas Stephen, who will carry it in. Fire towards the net and knocked down by Davis. Not really clean, but enough to stop a goal. And Bears, a couple of players that went through, but it's the Northstars who are going to take it out. Sarek will hand it off. Lawson's up there to pick it up.
Yeah, Northstars made a subtle change here. They've put Lawson on this line with Tesarek. Pardon me.
Brian Fooms.
And Jones.
It's loose, and Tesarek will pick that up. He's lost it, though, to Schlamp, former teammate, and it's taken up ice by Annesley. He'll dump it in and go for a change. So at the moment, the Bears look quite happy just to waste time. They're not really trying to get it deep and hassle Davis too much. They're not at the opportunity to risk anyway. Newcastle are offside. They'll need to get back onside. So Watini waits and does get it in, but he's immediately handed it over to the Bears. Clare tries to get a pass away, but under pressure, and it's going to be Hazelhurst who will get it to it first. Pursuing it is Manwaring. He was heading the wrong way, so didn't have the speed to catch up to Strukhoff. When that pass came through, Newcastle breaking up at the blue line, so there's a chance for Jones. He's got help from Manwaring and Reve, but the Bears get it out of the zone.
Putting the body on.
Reve is playing the body. He's keen to get involved in this game. He's frustrated. Naden into the zone. Can only get a very weak shot away and dribbles to Kimlin, who'll stop the play. And Naden happy to go into the net and just to annoy the Bears a little bit.
Well, again, the coaches for the North Stars have made this subtle change, putting Pat Naden with Manwaring and also with Tini. So we've got a lot of speed out in the ice, and hopefully that will confuse the Bears and we'll get some more opportunity. Well, we saw that just then. The puck's now down in the zone because of the speed that they showed and the pressure that they put on. So now it gives Hacharik the opportunity to win this face-off, and we get a good shot away.
He's out there with Malloy and Banga. And these are the guys the North Stars are expecting to produce to the blue line and through a screen. It's off the skate. Number 10, Dutoit, and into the corner. Malloy will retrieve it, but the Bears will pick it up instead and get out at him. So pressured by Malloy on his way out of the zone. A weak shot off a stick, and it's gone past Lindsay, but Newcastle's are breaking it out into the zone.
Oh, unlucky.
Fancy pass, too much for Malloy to hold on to. Hacharik loses it to Annesley. Annesley will fire off the boards and gets it into the neutral ice. Lindsay now, pressured by Dutoit. Adams.
Again, that neutral zone has been clogged so well by the Bears that the North Stars cannot get an opportunity.
16:27 left in this third period. Of course, Bears under no pressure to score here, but they do get a shot away. That's off a player and knocked down. Newcastle do need to score. Driving towards the net is Jones. Backhanded attempt. Doesn't get through. Goes for a hit instead.
Yeah.
It's interesting if that's a 2 and 10.
No, it'll be called just for boarding. I mean, Jones is unlucky. Dutoit just turned just at the last second, and he did manage to get him in the back. But I think our referees saw that, so therefore that's why he's called it a boarding call rather than the hit from behind.
Yeah, if a player does turn as you're executing the hit, you get some leeway, and I think he's got that there. So it's a power play for the Bears, though, and another opportunity to get another goal up on the North Stars. They lead by 3 at the moment.
Yeah, North Stars wouldn't have really wanted to start this period by killing another penalty. So they'll want to get rid of this pretty quick and start putting pressure on the Bears again.
Bears keep it in. Under pressure from an aggressive forecheck by the North Stars defenders.
Looks like we've got a penalty here for interference coming against Law.
That's Law. He's not happy. I didn't spot that one.
Well, Hazelhurst was screaming up the ice with the puck.
He was
and was trying to get in front, but Law changed his line so that he got in Hazelhurst's way. So therefore it was interference.
Okay. Well, that's a bit of relief for the North Stars. And they've got Law's been very effective for the Bears, so it's going to be 4 and 4 here for 1 minute and 51. But the Bears have got a 4-1 lead still with just over 16 minutes left in the game. Face-off, won by Hacharik. He's pushed that forward and chased it. Strukhoff, though, does some good spade work. Chance in front.
Oh,
scores!
Yes, what a goal. Holy moly, that was a beauty.
Hacharik just dug that out with will, and Sammy Banga finished the job to get the North Stars back in it a little.
Look, you got to give Sammy Banger a pat on the back for burying the goal, but really that was Hacharik's goal. I mean, he worked so hard, pushed the puck forward, worked in the corner to get it, and then threw it out to Banger, who just roofed it.
Nice touch by Banger to change.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the important. When you're down low, you got to go high, and that's where he was. He was almost in the crease there, so he's got the opportunity to put the puck up high and up over Kimlin. So it was a really good goal. But Hacharik, holy dooly, he could not have worked any harder for that play, but that's what we needed to score that goal. 4 on 4 normally suits the North Stars, and it did in that opportunity then.
It gives them a sniff. They've got 2 goals to catch right now, and as Joe Hacharik mentioned, they have the talent to do it. Let's see what they can make happen. Charlie Adams comes screaming into the zone, but
nice
the play is
steal.
broken up, and the North Stars are going forward. Hacharik bumped hard there by Mike Schlemp, former teammate. Friendly rivalry, perhaps. Glove down by Davison, frozen with 15:26 left in the game.
Look, I take my hat off to Schlemp then. The way that Richard Hacharik turned Schlampy could have just absolutely destroyed him, but he's turned out of the hit, and that's to his credit.
Face off to the left of Davis. 1:15 left in the first of those two penalties. So because they were both sitting, they didn't get to take a man out, because it was scored even.
Oh, nice goal. Yep.
Nick Rivet is offside, and they'll go back to the blue line.
Yeah, Joe Hacharik was expecting Nick Rivet to give him the puck, but he didn't, and he just kept it, so unfortunately got caught. For the North Stars, that's right. North Stars could not put any more offense on the on what they've got out there at the moment. With Banger, with Malloy, with Hacharik, just incredible.
Strukov pressured by Hacharik. He's out there with Banger still, and Strukov gets that back, and will take it into the North Star zone. Forced to the neutral zone by Malloy, and Bears happy to get organised. They have a 2-goal lead still. Terrell Clare. Errant pass to Strukov, and he will be pressured by Banger. Gives him the don't argue. Oh, nicely on, just coming on side is Sam Banger. But the Bears have won that spade competition. And it's a battle between Tyrell Clare and Sarek now. Strukov will have a look around from behind Kimlin's net, and he'll hand it off to Clare. He'll take it up the right wing. Bears are changing towards the net and covered by Davis, but it's now behind the net. Bears happy to kill some time.
And we've got another penalty coming up against the Bears here.
The other one just expired just now, so we've got to play the advantage right now. And the Bears get a touch, so Davis will head back to his net.
And it's going to be a holding call, and it's against Tyrell Clare. And in the spirit of any good hockey player, the question must be asked, why me, sir? Why me? But this is the sort of momentum builder that the North Stars are really needing. I mean, if they got to get goals through special teams, so be it. It doesn't matter. The important thing is they've got to score goals. And now 4-2, like this 2-minute period, if they can get a third one, all of a sudden the game starts to get a lot tighter than where it has been.
Well, it'll definitely get the crowd into it, and they've been a bit vocal tonight. It's a good, good filled-up crowd. We didn't have many seats earlier left today, and we've got quite a few sponsors here as well.
Again, the Bears very aggressive on this PK.
Didn't touch the ceiling, so the play continues. And it's cleared by the Bears, though, and we've got 1:44 now in this power play for the North Stars. It's 13:35 now left in this game.
Nice
2-goal
pass.
deficit into the zone with some speed, and the shot on net is broken up by the stick of Brian Funes. Malloy has it in the corner. Gets a couple of taps by Annesley. Banger tries the back door for Jones, but couldn't connect. Jones now in the corner. Brian Funes digging at his feet, but its puck has gone to the blue line. Off a stick and out of play as the Bears defence getting the active sticks going there to break up that shot on net. 13:04 left in the game.
Good play. Good play by Rivet then to walk the line to try and open up the front of the net and also get more North Stars in front of Kimlin, so Kimlin didn't get a chance to see the puck. Unfortunately, you're right, hit a stick up in the netting.
We've got to throw those shots there to have an opportunity. Face-off being taken by Banger this time. And Malloy's going to win it for him. He'll go around to the far side, and it's kept in at the blue line. Across the blue line it goes Rivet, back to Hacharik. He's going to come in, but he's got pressure, and it's stolen by the Bears and thrown out of the zone for Malloy to retrieve. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Malloy tries to speed up with a bit of a quick up. Hacharik, he's doing the stick handling in the phone booth there to keep alive. Driving the net is Rivet. And he scores!
Goal.
He's driven the net.
They've called it a goal.
Kim's not happy. I wasn't sure myself. I waited to see. It's been called a goal. We'll wait and see. So Kimlin's not happy at all.
Well, it'll be interesting to see.
I can't see the net, Ashall, from where we sit. So we'll see what happens in the replay here, whether this should count or not. So the net's still on, and it was loose So it's a matter of if it's goalie interference, I guess.
Correct. And Rivet is certainly driven into the goalie, but also we'll notice here that 22...
he's got his own play involved, so they've waved it off. So it looks like it's been... What is it, waved off? And Claire's got a penalty instead.
Well, certainly there's no goal been called. That's why the Bears are getting ready to take the face-off down into the left of Kimlin. And we're just explaining as to why, but it certainly looked to me like Rivet ended up interfering with the goalie because he drove into him as he went round.
He had the Bears defender pushing him in,
was
pushing that direction.
On him as well too.
So
Strukov was pushing on him.
So it's a matter of who was pushing more.
Now the North Star bench, of course, is excited, and they want an interpretation of why that didn't go in or why it wasn't called.
Bears wags down in front of us, they're getting vocal. That's probably the weakest glass panel in the rink, though, so hopefully they're not going to be going to the gym too much.
And the Bears huddling now. They'll know that they've sort of got away with one there. The face-off will be outside the Bears zone. North Stars just got to regroup again. They've still got 38 seconds on this power play. They've still got opportunities.
Oh, so that was Terrell Clare going back into the box. He was already in it, so he came out because he thought it was a goal.
He thought the goal was scored. Well, fans are certainly letting everyone know how they feel about that.
Back underway. It's still a North Stars power play. Fake shot on net, and out the other side for Benga to retrieve to the blue line. Rivet.
Oh, unlucky.
Into the scrum, and out it comes with the Bears. Annesley takes it wide. Fakes, he goes behind the net. Tries to drop it in front.
Here we go.
And it's loose for the North Stars to pick up. In his zone goes James. Jones shoots and a save by Kimlin with a pad. Out to greet the man.
Good setup play there by the North Stars. Just Jones, he hasn't played for a few weeks. Didn't quite have the timing.
Rivet trying to win it himself here. Definitely injecting himself into this game. Maybe to his detriment at some times. Hazelhurst, he's going to drive the net. Schlamp breaks up that play. And
so we've got another call coming up against the Bears here. It looks like it might be either a hooking call or a holding call against the captain, Michael Schlamp. He'll be hooking. Now the North Stars will have to play their second power play unit. The first one's been on for quite some time now. So even if they give the first unit an opportunity to rest for 30, 40 seconds, or conversely they score a goal, how good would that be? And Sam Lawson is going to be driving it from the middle.
11:39 left in the game, so there's not a hell of a lot of time. Sam Lawson here. The pressure's on him to win this face-off, but Adams is going to win it, and it's cleared out of the zone by Annesley. Davis holds it for his teammates, and Matt Lindsay will go to retrieve it. They'll go out the other side. They're coming up their left wing. Chipped in and chasing right now is Manwaring. Kimlin puts a stick out on it, and the Bears will pick it up and they carry out. They've only got numbers, got 2-on-1. Annesley drives the net. Saved by Davis. Knocked down by Annesley. Gets another chance.
Jeez.
Another save by Davis. How did he stop that?
How does he do it? Incredible.
He just never gives up on the play. Newcastle now into the zone. They're still on this power play after the second one was called on Schlamp. Hazelhurst tries Naden down low. Out the other side and gets past Lawson, and Bears will chip it out of the zone, so that power play is not working and they're going to change. So we've got just over a minute. We've got a minute left for the top line to come out and make something happen. Hazelhurst will try the left wing. Nick Rivet is going to take it in deep again. Is that an offside? Must be an offside. We didn't hear a whistle. That's what the North Stars were confused about. Net was off. Okay. So 2-goal lead for the Bears. We've got just over half of this third period remaining, Steve.
Yeah, the North Stars just have to settle down now. I mean, they're getting great opportunities here. They just got to start putting the pressure on Kimlin. and get this third goal. Good face-off win again.
Broken up there, and they'll need to bring it in again. And they've lost it trying to gamble a little bit to bring it into the zone. And Hacharik is playing a really good game tonight. Can't fault him for effort tonight. Bears toss down ice, and that'll be a high stick call on Malloy and a stop of play.
Yep. Yeah, the face-off will be to the left of Dane Davis, but unfortunately it's 60 metres away from Anthony Kimlin. So we've still got 25 seconds in the power play though, so it's just a matter of setting us up and getting the puck down ice quickly. We need another Hacharik face-off win, Pete.
They also need a good breakout as well.
There you go.
Another win for Hacharik, but will this face-off get out cleanly? The Bears have been...
Look for banger.
The Bears are doing such a good job at this blue line. Knocked down, tapped down by the Bears to keep it low, but picked up by Malloy at the blue line. Newcastle trying to get in front, but there's only a white jersey there, and Annecy will fire it down ice, and that will see out the power play as Michael Schlamp comes back on the ice for the Bears.
5-on-5.
Newcastle into the zone. Hands off. Driving the net banger. No, tries to short pass to Hacharik. Nearly got it through, but doesn't matter if it's nearly. Struck off now. He's up to Schlamp. He's going to drive the net himself. Saved by Davis. Into the corner. The puck goes off the deflection. Bouncing off the boards. Ben Waring there to pick it up. Fresh out of off the bench. Naden tries to knock it down. Just deflects a little. Paddy Ward will fire it across to his teammate Matt Lindsay. And Mike Schlamp will pick up that puck. Well, it's headed off. It doesn't matter. We've got a 2-goal lead still, and we're down to under 9 minutes left in the game. Naden.
Yeah.
Tricky pass. Doesn't work. And Brooker will carry it deep for the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears are winning a lot of the battles to get to the puck first at the moment. Northstars just got to lift a little bit more here now. Be a bit more desperate.
Northstars trying to break out. Under lots of pressure here, but they do get out eventually. Watini will dump and chase. No, he'll dump and change. And Brian Foons will carry out for the Bears. It's hit some players, but still gets through to one of the Bears. Quick shot on net by Tom Stephen, and picked up by the Northstars. They'll carry it out of their zone. Pat Naden streaks down the ice. Attempted pass doesn't connect with Hazelhurst, but he goes and gets it anyway. But the puck is bouncing about. Nick Brevet can't carry it across the blue line through a sea of white jerseys along that blue line.
Again.
He's going to drive the net again, and he doesn't get past Foons and Kimlin that time. He did keep out of Kimlin's way that time. Sam Lawson bringing it in front, but Kimlin has it covered, as he is wont to do.
I tell you, Rive isn't he a exciting player when he comes into the zone? I mean, you could see it in his eyes as he came over that blue line. All he wanted to do was get to the net and get a shot away and score a goal. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for him. And it's spectacular the way he flew through the air there. With a great play by Brian Funes for the Bears to keep him from getting his good shot away. But we need something like this, something special from these guys.
He's doing the Bobby Orr move.
Not on purpose.
Bears get it deep in the North Star zone. No, they're going back to D, and that's going to dribble all the way back to Kimlin. Teams are even, which haven't been a lot for this game.
Been a lot of special teamwork tonight.
Strukov takes the right wing option. Schlamp sends it to the left wing. Fires a shot on net, and that's off something. I think it was off Davison. Up into the netting for a stopper player with 7:11 left in the game.
It just seems at the moment that the Bears have a little bit more room and a little bit more space on the ice than what the North Stars have. And that's again because of the way the Bears have been playing. They're making sure that all the quiet zones are taken away from the North Stars so they can't use their speed. But the North Stars aren't using their speed to put pressure on the Bears either. So that's where it's not quite working at the moment. At the moment. We've still got 7 minutes to go, Peter.
Face off, won by the Bears. Through the screen, doesn't get through. Newcastle chip it out of the zone. Hacharik needs some help. He's going to try the right wing. Reve's going to take to the attack. Quick shot on net, driving towards the net, and broken up by Clare and Adams. Reve gets heaps alive.
Oh, what's going on?
There's a whistle blown. I have to assume it was on
penalty
on the Northstars because.
No, it's going to be a call against the Bears.
But why'd they stop play then? Because it went to Kimlin or?
Yeah, tripping call. No, I just think, to be brutally honest, we just called it a little bit too early, that's all. I think the referee just lost sight of the puck, so he's called it a bit early. Now we're just working out which player it is. Looks like it might be Michael Schlamp's going. Yeah, the call is just a little bit early, that's all. But that's okay. North Stars get another opportunity, another power play with their number one unit on the ice. And they're relatively fresh, saying all that. They've played a lot of minutes this game, but at the moment they're relatively fresh.
Face off to the right of Kimlin. 6:49 left in the game. Still a Bears lead 4-2. Newcastle win that battle, but it's going to be Annesley who gets the touch, and he'll get it out to Revay. He's going to pick it up from Newcastle. Puck is in no man's land, picked up by Hacharik. Revay looking for options. He's going to hit Malloy on the left wing. This goes to the right wing. Lobbed across, chance for Banga.
Wow.
Right on the doorstep was Hacharik, but they couldn't complete that nice play. It was looking pretty, but didn't finish.
I mean, it was sensational for Banga to knock that puck out of the air and make anything of it.
Yeah.
And just unlucky for Hacharik that he couldn't get his stick, enough of his stick on it to put it past Kimlin.
Yeah, it was impressive. They got a touch. Knocked down there by Banga, and into the zone he goes. He's got Hacharik heading towards the net as usual. That shot has hit something and gone high and over the top. Revay across the blue line. Jones is going to pick it up. He goes to Hacharik behind the red line. Tries to feed Revay.
Oh, unlucky.
Attempted shot is saved. Malloy to Hacharik. Banga. Got Jones screening in front. Jones waits patiently. Hacharik. Got 36 seconds left in this power play. Kept alive by Malloy. And slapped out of the zone there by Dutoit, and the Bears get a needed change.
Yeah, so Hacharik was a little bit too patient on that, unfortunately. Held on to the puck too long, but he had to get off, and he did. As soon as he got that opportunity, he was straight off. He's had it.
North Stars into the zone with his fresh line. Backhander by Jones is too high.
It was a 2-on-1 back the other way.
Chance for the Bears, streaking back is Hazelhurst. He has the speed to make a difference, and they're actually offside, so a bit of a relief for the North Stars.
Well, certainly that's a momentum killer for sure. Absolutely, getting offside play like that on a 2-on-1 that the Bears had. But now the North Stars have just got to stop. Okay, we've got just under 5 minutes to go. We need 2 goals, so we just have to put pressure on. North Stars have got to be to the puck first, not the Bears. That's really where it comes down to.
Well, the Bears have been better at that tonight. Overall, Clare will get that puck, and he gets it out of the zone, and we've got to wait for Menwaring to get onside, and they do. Clare now. Menwaring forward checking, but the Bears will get it out, and they'll go to the left wing. Schlamp. There's the puck tapped away momentarily, but gets it in deep for his teammates. Quick shot on net, and it's gone wide, and Newcastle they can't get out of the zone. Bears pin them down, and a save by Davis there, a spin shot.
Speed.
And once again, the Bears have just always got their sticks there in the way when they're trying to get passes inside. Menwaring hit hard by Clare, and the two smile, these two former teammates, and played together in youth and junior teams. Shot on net and a good one, but saved by Kimlin with the pillows. Kept alive, Stevens there involved. And Naden will retrieve the puck. He gets it to the blue line for Hazelhurst. Hits Schlamp, bounces down, and going to stop a play.
We've got a cross-checking call coming up.
It looks like it's on the North Stars.
Looks like it's against Liam Manwaring. He and Tommy Stephen having a couple of words because they enjoyed that take-to-take just then. But unfortunately for the North Stars, Liam Manwaring has been picked, and the North Stars will be short 2 minutes, which will give them a minute 42 in which to score 2 goals. It's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, that's why the Bears wags were cheering down here, because that pretty much, well, it definitely makes it a tough prospect for the North Stars now to come back. Unless they get a short-handed goal, and that's probably what they're hoping for. But that's easier said than done. And they are gambling a little bit. Hazelhurst trying to shake off a few players. He's got Hacharik there to help him out, and they are turning up the Bears, but they need to actually to score here, not just kill off the penalty. Hacharik steals the puck.
That was a great steal.
Kind of drags it through two players and doesn't work. Annesley will pick up the puck and he'll send it down. The Bears now have an opportunity to set up a power play. Adams changes direction. Tesserick pressures, but the Bears have possession. Annesley tries to get a shot on net. Doesn't quite work. North Stars have the puck.
And red jerseys everywhere leave the zone because they were trying to get an opportunity.
Definitely gambling right now. Shot and a save by Davis with a glove with 2:42 left in the game.
Yeah, great save there by Dane Davis. And that'll certainly help the team picking it out of the air like that so they can again reset and get their best players out on the ice. It was funny, the play before that, Peter threw a beautiful pass through the middle right in front of Kimlin for the Bears, but it was Paddy Ward who was there, and he probably thought, what am I doing here?
Sleepwalking. Terrell Clare gets that puck down low, so the Bears have it in the North Stars' end. They don't really need to score here. 2 up. Just need to stop the North Stars getting opportunity, and another save by Davis. Stop a play with 2:24 left in this final period.
Yeah, as many of these whistles they can get are going to help the North Stars because it gives Hacharik and Rivet an opportunity just to relax a little bit so they can do this big hard push for the last couple of minutes of the game.
Terrell Clare throws it back in to the North Stars zone. 34 seconds remaining of power play for the Bears. Backhand. And
just over the net.
Just going over the top. Bears still have possession though. They have the numbers. They've got 21 seconds to work with this power play. Nearly broken up by Banga there. Bears still have it. Off Banker's stick. He's got to beat Brian Foons though. And Foons gets first to the puck. He's got it now. Banger's going for a change. So it's not ideal either because these guys have been out on the ice looking for short-handed opportunities.
Well, we're going 5-on-5 now. Now it'll be interesting to see if the North Stars pull a goalie. They won't with this face-off just outside their own blue line, but at some stage they have to be thinking about it.
Davis checking his own bench for any signal. And he's going to stay in net for now. So 2-goal deficit for the North Stars. Bears up 4-2, and there's only a minute and a half to go. Power play is over, but tough time for the North Stars to score 2 in this last minute and a half.
Davis will be looking.
Won't be going yet because the Bears have broken up their play. Now they're trying to get into the zone. He's waiting, he's looking, and Reve's going to carry it in, and Davis is out of his net. He's watching as the play continues. And yeah, the man's off, so Tesserick is the extra. He'll backhand it in. They've lost it, and this is an opportunity for the Bears. Nope, stop a play.
Too many men on the ice for the Bears, are we? No. Our linesman called too many men against the North Stars, not realising that the goalie had been pulled.
Off. The goalie was off.
He's apologising to the bench. Probably.
So the North Stars have had to put the goalie back in, of course, with this face-off. It should be centre ice, shouldn't it, if it was an error?
Well, I would have thought it'd be centre ice, but they've called it outside the North Stars blue line.
I thought referee errors were always centre ice. All right, it's going to be outside the North Stars zone, and Davis is in his net, so that's been a big blessing for the Bears right there.
It's taken Davis a fair while to get coming.
Davis is still in net. And here he comes.
Oh, jeez, back he goes again. And now he's going to have to come off. For 49 seconds, face off to the left of Kimlin.
In the Bears zone, but 2 goals necessary to force extra time.
They're calling a timeout, the North Stars, I think, will find. So they can just give these guys an opportunity to set a play up and get something happening. Looks like the referee hasn't quite seen the timeout call yet. He sees it now.
Northstars call a timeout. They've got 49 seconds remaining in the period.
Well, I think the crucial thing going to be here is that Joe Hacharik obviously has to be taking the face off and has to win it. And we saw a couple of weeks ago, all we've got to do is draw the puck back and then get the shot away, and 2 seconds goes, and that's all the time left. Then you have 47 seconds that you can actually score another goal. So it's really important that the face-off is won and then get a chance to let the bazooka go. Now, whether that's Zane Jones, whether it's Reve would probably be the one that I would like to see take the shot because he's very, very accurate. But Zane Jones has had some bullets go this year. Mind you, his goal tonight wasn't what he'd call his bullet, but it still went in the net, and that doesn't matter. So it's going to be really important that the face-off is won and a shot is taken quickly.
Just an update from Melbourne. The Mustangs are up 2-0 against the Ice Dogs, so it's a small blessing for the Northstars, but may not be enough when they're down this game against the Bears. They've got 2 more to play against the Bears, so I think the best they can do now is equal the series, not win it, should they lose right now, which is most likely. Face off, they do get it eventually, the Northstars. Quick shot on net through a screen. Loose, loose still.
So many opportunities.
Schlamp will get it, he'll bank it off the boards. Annesley now with the opportunity to finish it. Gets around Malloy. Can't get through 2 players, and can the Northstars keep it alive? Doesn't matter though, we're down to 28 seconds. They're not going to score 2 here.
I don't know how that didn't go in. Kimlin did a fantastic job on his rebounds.
Schlamp fires and scores. Bears seal it. It'll be 5-2 final with just 19 seconds remaining.
Yeah, just very, very unlucky passage of play then. The Northstars could have so easily have scored there. The pressure that they put on Kimlin with 3 of the Northstars banging away at the puck, I just could not put it past him, which is the kind of game that Anthony Kimlin has had tonight. He's been just really, really good. He hasn't given away many rebounds. He's always been there for the puck. He's done a fantastic job. Full credit to him. He's been really the backstop for these Bears tonight.
Now that their import players are really performing so nicely for the Bears and their depth. So without Adrian Esposito as well, and they're going to take this 5-2 as the Northstars don't have any opportunity here to do much more than take a shot on net. Loose. And it's chopped away by Kimlin, and that will see out the game. A 5-2 win for the Sydney Bears over the Newcastle Northstars. It was the night of the Bear tonight, Steve.
Absolutely. I mean, the Bears came out so strongly in that second period to get 3 goals so fast. And really, after that, the Northstars were chasing the game the whole time. And unfortunately, the Bears, well, for the Northstars, the Bears kept their enthusiasm and the momentum up. So they were first to the puck so many times, and the Northstars couldn't quite get there. I mean, that last goal that that Schlamp scored for the Bears just showed that. Again, he was the first one to the puck. He was able to get it first. He was able to get the shot away on the empty net. And that sort of was how the second and third periods fell for the Northstars. They just couldn't get to the puck first, and the Bears did a brilliant job doing it. They really wanted this game tonight. You could see they really wanted it. Not saying the Northstars didn't, but the Bears really wanted it, and they came to play.
Well, obviously, it's been 2010 was the last time the Bears made the finals, and obviously tonight is that big opportunity. They get to rub it into some of their ex-teammates who moved up to the Northstars from the Bears in the off-season.
Yes.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of heart in this game, meant a lot to them, and you could see that from not just from their own bench, but from the Wiser Goals friends in front of us. They're still high energy.
They're very excited about what happened there tonight, you know. And look, again, the credit, the Bears played well.
Yeah.
The way they clogged that neutral zone that the Northstars couldn't get any speed going was terrific. So it ended up the Northstars are having to try and throw cross-ice passes, which unfortunately aren't going to work most of the time because you've got too many bodies in the road. So they weren't. Then they tried to actually carry it up through the neutral zone. That wasn't working for them either because it was so clogged. So it was very, very good defensive play by the Bears to negate the Northstars offense. And I congratulate them for that. It was terrific. It was very clever.
Just thanking the crowd right now, and as are the Bears. They've got a few come up tonight from Sydney, so thanks for all those players who came up. Thanks for all of you watching from overseas, friends and family of players. We hope you enjoyed it. We've got an after show as well coming up as well, but just back to this one right now. So that means that the Bears are going to be ahead of the North Stars in points,
Yes.
and they've got a game in hand. So that puts the North Stars in the 5th spot tonight. Ice Dogs lost tonight, but Ice Dogs had a little bit of room anyway.
Correct.
Although they do have a tougher finish to their season.
How important is this weekend coming up when the North Stars go to Melbourne and play the Ice and the Mustangs?
Yeah,
two teams that are below them in the standings, so you would
both
think...
are improving.
Correct.
Both
you would
pretty
think,
good form at the moment.
Correct. You would think that the North Stars would want to get maximum points out of that, and if they lose any points from that at all, it's going to just put more pressure on them, you know, and you don't want the pressure. You want to be up there comfortably, 2nd, 3rd spot, but they're going to have to string a few wins together, and that's what's not happening at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. And look, North Stars had so many power play opportunities. They
had a
only
lot
had,
tonight.
one goal tonight from that. One was waved off. So they need to be better on their power play, and that was probably the bigger difference, is they weren't finishing on those power plays.
Yes.
The Bears got a few in, and of course that just big rush was really the deciding, that first minute of the second period.
Correct.
Was kind of the nail in the coffin of the game.
Well, we talk so often during the game about how special teams are so important in the modern game, and really the Bears did a wonderful job with their special teams. The penalty kill was outstanding. The aggressive PK, taking away the opportunities that the North Stars had to get shots away. It was incredible, just incredible.
Okay, we think we should be crossing too early in a moment. We're getting set up right now. Any further comments? Both goals pretty good, but Kimlin was outstanding.
The Bears deserved the game.
Yeah.
The Bears played really well tonight. They won, and they deserved
Often
to win.
first to the puck.
Yep.
Forechecking hard, back checking hard.
Yep.
Good goalies. I think that was it. The Bears gave away more penalties because the North Stars were kind of keeping their feet moving and forcing them. But it didn't matter because they knew if they got penalised, they had Anthony Kimlin.
Correct. Who did a fantastic job, and the PK unit. So aggressive, always on the puck, not allowing the North Stars to do anything. So look, again, congratulations. The Bears deserved to win. They did win.
Playing confidence game, and confidence is winning games. All right, I don't know if we've got anything further, or if we're ready to... Okay, we're ready to go to Ellie. So from Steve and I, that's good night from us, and we'll catch you here for this next home game in a couple of weeks.
Good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast.
See you then.
Welcome back to North Stars Live. I'm your host, Ellie Marie Watts.
And I'm Lucy Bourne.
And we've just finished up here the Newcastle Northstars and Sydney Bears game at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. It's the Sydney Bears who walk away with a 5-2 win. A huge game from the Bears.
Yeah, really, really intense. Lots of shots. They had so much power out there and so much speed.
Yeah. So Zane Jones with the first goal of the game for the North Stars. You know, went out there, you got it early, but Brian Funes came back in that first period, tied up. Second period is kind of where it all came undone for the North Stars. 3 really quick goals within the 5 minutes, 2 really quick goals within a minute, and then 1 more within the 5-minute mark for the Bears. Up 4-1, and the North Stars just couldn't claw it way back, even with a Sammy Banger goal in that third. But 1 more from the Bears in the end there, and an empty netter from Schlamp. Yep, 5-2.
Yeah, there was one after we lost those goals. There was no way we were getting them back really, unless we really picked up our game and got more shots. But just the way it ended.
So Lucy, from your perspective, what kind of went right and what kind of went wrong for both teams?
So I think for the North Stars, there was a lot of chances to shoot, which weren't quite taken quite quick enough. So we needed more quick release shots to really make the most of it, because the Bears were so strong in front of the net and they boxed up so well and pushed all of the D out, all of the forwards out, sorry, and they just didn't have any scoring opportunities from the slot. And I feel like they didn't pick up on that enough to really adjust it come the second and third. And then a really strong point for the Bears is that they didn't let the North Stars hang out in the slot and have that space. They were really crowding them. I feel like the North Stars looked a little overwhelmed and a bit like they felt a bit claustrophobic in their own space. It looked a little bit, but Bears had really good shots on, good presence around our net. They came in at the last minute and were often unmarked in the slot and had good opportunities. Dane Davis played like a champ. He did the best he could. There was a few times where he was left with 2-on-1s or 2-on-0s, and it just didn't, there was no other chance to really stop them, and did the best he could. But their goalie also killed it. Kimlin, is that it?
Kimlin?
Yep. He played really well, made some awesome saves. And his D has just protected him so well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we do have Ron Kapowski from the Bears, and we'll also have Brian Funes. But yes, we'll get Ron on now, have a bit of a chat. But for those just tuning in, the Sydney Bears have won against the Newcastle Northstars 5-2 at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Hi, Ron. How's it going?
Good.
So, a big win for you guys tonight. How are you feeling?
It was good to get a couple points after last night's kind of disappointment, so it's good to get a couple points. Finish the weekend off 500. That's what you can expect on the road.
Yeah. So run us through the game from your perspective. Obviously you did well, you won, but tell us a little bit about your game plan going in, and did you stick to that? How did you win today?
Oh no, it's a combination of everything. I mean, everybody putting in a little bit of extra effort. Trying to shut down, of course, Joey and the boys, making sure they don't get free reign out there and skate around and try to dictate turns our way and put pressure on Dane and follow up our rebounds. And then, the one part both of us couldn't do was stay out of the box, but special teams played a big part.
Yeah. And so, you guys are having a great season this year. Like, run us through that. Like, are you doing anything differently from last year? Or, tell us a little bit about your approach this year.
Well, we got a lot of new faces this year. I guess they just kind of gel together. The personalities, the skills, the different types of roles each individual is playing, and it's all coming together good. And everybody believes in each other, and we're playing as a team this year, so it's making a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. And so, what's the focus for you now for the rest of the season? Obviously, winning and staying up the top there in the ladder, but is there any areas in particular you're focusing on?
Well, as always, we just try to be, as defensive as we possibly can. Capitalize on our opportunities. Not to, get too excited. Play a level game, get into a rhythm, and carry the game forward.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us, Ron. We'll leave you to it.
Thank you
very much. Get Brian on now.
Okay, no worries.
Well, that was Ron Kapowski, head coach of the Sydney Bears, just having a chat just about today's game and the season. And we're going to get Brian Funes from the Bears on. Hey, Brian. Good, how are you? Come on in. All right.
Out the way.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, sweet.
Big game from you guys tonight.
Yeah.
And a big win.
Yeah, very happy with the win tonight.
How important was today's game for you guys and winning today's game?
I mean, it was huge. I mean, with the standings the way it is now, it's a very tight race to the finals. I mean, it's always right down to the last game, so every point counts, and especially with a quality team like Newcastle, you know, just in front of us.
Yeah.
You know, only a couple of points ahead with I think maybe 1 or 2 games that we have in hand, so it's big to kind of get that one over those guys, especially them playing here at home. So
yeah, definitely. So it is it's a tight battle in those top 5 spots, especially you guys before today's game were sort of right on our heels. I believe you're going to overtake the North Stars, but it also depends on how other games wrap up. Like, talk to us about this season for the Bears, because traditionally the Bears have been really strong, but they kind of slipped down, you know, in the end of the season. You guys are not doing that this year. Like, what's the magic formula? What are you guys doing differently, or what's going on for you guys?
I think that we've recognised that in the past few years, like we have had good teams that could make the top 4, but you know, it's just the issue with consistency and just identifying that, finding a few pieces of the puzzle that we need to fill the gaps in our lineup to kind of have that consistency there. So it's really important, you know. Like I said, every game is really important. So you can't skip on anyone, even Adelaide. I mean, we had a game against them at home, and you know, we let that one slip away with us. So it's really important that we kind of stay dialed in. You know, I was kind of. You could kind of tell by my voice that I was yelling a bit out there tonight, and I was kind of reinforcing with the boys. You know, it's every shift, it's every battle. It's, you know, you don't just switch it on. You're on 24/7, like the whole game. So just having that consistency and winning all those little battles, you know, was big for us.
How special would it be to you to be in that top 4 at the end of the season?
I mean, it'd be really special. I mean, you know, before I became a part of the team, you know, the Bears hadn't made the top 4 in a few years, and you know, while I've been a part of the team, I still hadn't made the top 4, being part of the roster. And you know, for the fans who kind of stuck through us, you know, through the hard times, you know, where we had hope, where we could have been a top 4 team, and we just slipped,
missed out,
missed out, you know, a few seasons there. It's really important to all of our supporters there that are
talking of which.
Yeah, I know, old buddy of mine. Yeah, so he's it's really important for us and all the fans to, you know, kind of to crack that top 4, because we can compete with every single team in front of us. So we just got to put ourselves in a position where we make the finals, and then, you know, get the job done in that weekend.
How special is it to see so many Bears jerseys and jumpers out on the ice here in Newcastle?
Oh, it's unreal. The Bears fans have been, you know, amazing. Like, you know, with the years that I've been a part of the team, and I'm sure before that as well. But you know, having a big group like that coming. They came down to Canberra to support us. We had a big group there. You could hear them every time, and we had a big group here as well. So you know, we got support everywhere we go, and you know, that lifts the boys every single time. You know, you want to play for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're coming down. You know, they're spending their own money. They're coming down for those long bus trips with us as well. So it's important.
So run us through the game, today's game, from your perspective. What went right for you guys?
I think, you know, we were a little bit shaky towards the start there. We had a little bit of trouble there at the start. You know, they got ahead of us there, and afterwards, I think it was, you know, just shutting them down defensively in our own end. You know, staying tight, and you know, taking our chances when they come. I mean, there was a weird little couple of minutes there at the start of the second period where, you know, we were just dialed in straight away from the puck drop, and we got a couple of goals on them. So it's. And then, you know, we kept on using that momentum to kind of fuel us for the rest of the game. And, you know, every time that we killed a penalty, you know, that just lifted us even more. It gave us more confidence in our D-core. You know, I feel like we have one of, if not the best D-core in the league. Yeah. You know, all those guys work hard every single shift, and it shows that the guys did really well. And, you know, it helps to have the big guy behind Kimar, always kicking the pucks out into the corner. So, you know, with those 4 guys, it's, you know, it's tough. It's tough to beat us when we're on our game and we're dialed in.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you get showered and dressed and go and celebrate.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. Catch you later.
Thanks a lot.
See ya. As well as, you know, what it's like this season for the Bears, they were in that, in the end there, the 4-5 there, but now sort of sliding their way up. And Ryan was just chatting about how important it is to be in that top 4 for them at the end of the season, having just missed out a couple of seasons, being in that 5. And in other scores around the league, the Mustangs have won over the Sydney Ice Dogs 2-0. And last we checked, which was a little while ago, Adrenaline was up 2-1 over Perth Thunder. So we'll see how those guys, those games ends, and see where we end up in the North Star. The North Stars end up in the ladder. But we're now joined by North Stars coach Ray Sheffield. How you doing, Ray?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. That's good. So run us through tonight and maybe sort of what went wrong in that period 2 there. It seems like we came out really strong, but period 2 just the Bears just got their wind underneath them.
Yeah, it was a pretty disappointing start to the period. We played I thought a pretty solid first period.
Yeah.
And then to have that happen, I kind of shocked everybody, kind of set us all back, and took us a little while to kind of get back into it. So
yeah. And so, is there something? Are there areas from tonight's game that you're going to work on for the next game, or are you just hitting that reset button?
I would say hitting the reset button. I thought it was just playing a complete game. It's been our issue, I think, all year, and I thought we were solid in the first. We were solid in the third. We won the third. And, it was just, we tied the third. They scored an empty netter. But it's just those little letdowns that we have.
Something Joe Terrio said after the last game against the Brave, where even though you had the loss, he said the North Stars finally played like a full, complete game. And is that something you're going to look at going ahead, playing a full game?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what it is. I think we tend to...
lose focus, maybe?
Sorry?
Do you lose focus, or
the Bears are a solid
else?
team. The Bears are a solid team, and there's a lot of solid teams in this league, but I think there are a lot of teams in this league that we are better than, and we tend to play down to teams.
Oh, okay.
And we don't really take charge of games, and we need to start doing that. And we've got the ability. We've got probably one of the deepest teams in the league, I would say, and we tend to not take advantage of that. So.
And so, looking forward to the next challenge, what are you going to be looking at in practice this week? Still playing to the same game plan, or just focusing on the next teams?
We'll focus on the next games. We got a big weekend ahead in Melbourne. We took 2 last time we were there, and hopefully we can step it up and do that again and get ourselves back in the race here. So
it'll be really important for you guys to win those games to keep you guys up there in the standings. Is that right?
For sure. I mean, today was a huge game for us, and unfortunately we didn't come through. But next week will be even bigger. Now it's more important that we come away with 6 points if we can, and hopefully the boys are focused. And this week is a good week at practice, and we can kind of prepare ourselves for it.
Do you have a discussion in the locker room or on the ice, about the loss or the weekend before you go into the next games, or do you recap it all and say?
We do. We talk about what the other teams that we're facing are all about, and what we can kind of expect, and how they play. We talk about that kind of stuff before the game. So. We'll kind of direct our practice this week towards that. Yes.
Yeah. Are you taking any positives from tonight's game? Sorry, I'll start that one again. Are you taking any positives out of tonight's game?
Yeah, I as I said, I thought we played pretty solid except for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We kept them outside. I thought Dane played well. I thought we played pretty well in the defensive zone. We were fairly physical back there. We had maybe a little bit of trouble with some of their guys and their speed, but other than that, I thought we were pretty good. We kept them to the outside, and it wasn't a bad game. It was a bad
result.
A bad 4 minutes, or a bad 3 minutes, really.
Yeah. It just goes to show every minute counts.
That's right, and that's been our trademark for the season.
Yeah.
We've had these moments in games where we just kind of fall apart for 4 or 5 minutes, and then we can't bounce back. So.
Beautiful. Alrighty, Ray. Well, we'll let you get back to it. We're going to have a chat with Dave Ferrari now.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right.
That was North Stars coach Ray Sheffield just having a chat about today's game. He's pretty positive about it despite the result, which was a 5-2 end to the Sydney Bears way. And now we've got Dave Ferrari. Hey Dave. I'm good, how are you?
Oh yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. So yeah, not quite the outcome you were looking for today out in the ice there with the Bears claiming the win. Going into today's game, were you guys feeling quite prepared and confident?
Yeah, we were, to be honest. We've been coming together well as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more prepared than we showed on the ice.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ray was saying that he felt you guys played pretty well. There was just 3 minutes there where they got the upper hand and were just able to keep the upper hand. Would that be your assessment?
Totally. Yeah, he's bang on. Just lapses, right?
Yeah.
Like to start the second period. 2 goals right off the bat. Not what we want to do, and doesn't help us. Puts us in a big hole and really just kills the bench a little bit.
Yeah.
We fought to come back, and we were just a little snake bit on the power play. We need to be putting those pucks in the net, and fast forward to the end of the game, and really kind of that slow start cost us.
What happens now with you guys? Do you go and I don't know, in the locker room, or do you maybe before practice talk about it, debrief, and then reset for the next games?
Yeah, I don't really think we need to talk too much about that. We just got to get going here.
Yeah.
There's no time to dwell on that. That's over, and everyone's healthy. We got Tommy Lander coming back in. Zane's back and played a great game tonight. So we just got to build on that. Can't look behind us. Look at the 2 practices ahead of us this week, and then big road trip, which we had great success earlier in the year, getting 6 points. So
in Melbourne,
in Melbourne. So we practice well. We go in there and do the job like we did last time, and then we're right back on track.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, Dave. Well, we'll let you get back and shower and head to the pub.
Awesome. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks so much. Well, that was Dave Ferrari. We're just having a bit of a chat about today's game and looking ahead to Melbourne road trip next weekend. We'll get Lucy back and just have a chat and wrap this show up. Hey, how's it going, Lucy? Falling off the stool there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we just had a great chat with Ron and Brian from the Sydney Bears, as well as Ray and Dave just from the North Stars, just about what went right for the Bears and what might have not gone so right for the North Stars. But yeah, both Ray and Dave were saying that they felt like they played a great game. It wasn't a complete game, and that's one of the areas that they need to work on. But they said, there was 3 minutes there in that second period where the Bears just got the upper hand, and the North Stars just weren't able to come back from.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to recover when you have such a quick, big lead like that, and it's really hard when the pressure that the Bears put on to then have to recoup those goals. It was really, really going to be hard, and it's quite defeating as well as a goalie and as the defenseman, and there's a lot of pressure on the forwards then, and it can lead to messy passes and shots that go a bit wide, and we saw that a lot. We saw a lot of shots that were big, hard shots, but they didn't make it to the net.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, looking forward now, big road trip to Melbourne next weekend, a doubleheader. We did have success with that earlier this season, so now it's a case of can they do it again?
Yeah, so last time, was it the last game that we lost to the Ice?
I believe... Oh, I don't remember. I know we got both wins in Melbourne last time.
Yeah, I think the last home game we may have lost to them, or it was maybe a shootout.
It feels like so long ago now.
Yeah, but it's a really good chance for the North Stars to pick it back up.
Yeah.
To get some points back under their belt. They should be able to get some goals and get a couple of points hopefully. But it's all about how they're going to train, how they're going to adapt, how the Ice have been playing, and it all depends.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you can talk about, what needs to be done, but it's so many variables. Like, but Dave was saying, they'll go into practice and reset and look forward to those Melbourne games. It's a 6-point weekend, crucial points to keep up there, because right now, all we've been talking about, and like everyone's thinking, is you got to be in that top 4.
Yeah. And with so many teams, it's a really tough thing to make it into that top 4.
Absolutely.
And it's so competitive. But we should essentially be able to get some points in Melbourne. And I think it will be a big push for the North Stars to push hard and to play a complete full game of hard hockey.
Yeah.
And I think once they do it once, it'll be much easier to do it again.
Yeah.
It just hasn't quite happened this year, and as we've had people out with injuries, people mixing up lines. We've had Bangor arrive, which changed things up a bit. It's like we kind of get a rhythm and then we lose it a little bit again, and it's a bit of false starts. So maybe once we can get some consistency in Melbourne, if we can get that first win, back it up with the second, and it might really help to lift spirits and to show what a winning game takes.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, well, we'll leave you everyone to it, and we'll catch you next time. We're here at Hunter Ice Stadium. Hunter Ice Skating Stadium.
See you guys.
See you later.